All right, welcome into the fourth floor and extension of 5 on the floor here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. I'm Ethan Skolnick here at FTX Arena. Brady Hawk is also with us from FTX Arena. Jonathan Romlicon is in the fancy Vertigear chair. Parts unknown. Alejandro Villegas, our producer, of course, and Greg Sylvander appears to be playing golf. I'm not really sure. All right, let's. That's a bad sign. The Heat are going to play golf in the summer. That's not good. Let's get to our sponsors. Biscayne Bay Brew, the official beer of the 5 Reasons Sports Network and of the Miami Marlins. Of course, they're still playing these days. I think they've lost 7 of 8, all by 1 run. But don't hold that against Biscayne Bay Brew. Get the Pastime Pilsner, the Tropical Bay IPA, the Marlins Lager, all their other great beers at local restaurants, including our sponsors, Quarterdeck. Also, you can find it here at FTX Arena at the 100 level. And I apologize for that. All right. Also, we're sponsored here by our friend Mark Brown, who I think we're actually going to see here at the arena tonight. MARCBrownPA.com, the man with the plan. If you need an estate plan, and the reality is, even if you don't think you have an estate, you need an estate plan. Go to MarkBrownPA.com. He'll set you up with all the forms and everything else that you need to make sure that your money goes to the right place. We're still looking at a Biscayne Bay kiosk. That's not where you're going to find Mark Brown tonight. Although maybe you will. I think he likes beer. Anyway, go to MarkBrownPA.com. He's based in North Lauderdale, just north of Cypress Creek, off of Andrews. There we are. All right, reach out to Mark, and again, get him to set you up with everything. And he's not going to charge you an arm and a leg. He's going to make sure that everything goes where you want it to go. He's also got a title company right there in-house, 954-566-5678, 954-566-5678. All right, let's get to it. Let's see who we've got here again, our crew. As I mentioned, let's start with Brady. Who's in, who's out?
Yeah, the only one that's out, as we know, is Kyle Lowry. Was rolled out earlier. Felt like even after Game 4 that we were pretty much heading in that direction. As I said before, yesterday, it was one of those questionable tags that was looking more like a downgrade than an upgrade, even though every questionable tag today, other than Kyle Lowry, will play. So the only question is who's in and who's out of the starting lineup, because I feel like this isn't as rotation of just we know what it is heading in. I think there's a couple options, but even though I personally feel like it'll just be the usual Gabe Struce backcourt.
You're muted, Ethan.
I said we'll see. I made my suggestion on this. I think that Tyler Hero should start. That's where I would go tonight. I would start him with Gabe Vincent. I'd get him out there from the very beginning. I'd give Jimmy some help in the starting lineup. The man needs help, and Tyler needs help too. To get clear, as well, I think, with all the blitzing that he's facing coming off the bench. But it could be, Greg, you think it could be Victor Oladipo?
Yeah, that's my pick. I think that they'll look to stagger Oladipo and Tyler Hero, but it's not a full-fledged panic move, as so many Heat fans are panicked today. Like, are the Heat down in this series? It's just disgusting. Have we not gone through, like, down 3-2 at Boston? Have we not had like the championship ropes come out around the court and they wheel the trophy out and then like stuff happens? Like, where is the guts, folks? But yeah, Oladipo is who I think ends up starting.
Where are Ray and LeBron? That's what I'm going to ask tonight, okay? Because I think that's the follow question. Well, maybe, look, there's a couple guys on this roster who are going to, one's paid like a max guy and one wants to be, Jonathan. I would think we would look at them, right? Like, I mean, you can't ask more. Jimmy Butler's putting up LeBron numbers in the playoffs. Jimmy Butler's been a top 5 player in the playoffs overall, not just on the Heat, not just in the Eastern Conference. He's been a top 5 player. Where are the other two guys? I mean, Bam's been okay offensively. He's been good defensively, obviously, but his usage rate is down from 25 to 20 in the playoffs. And Tyler Hero, I mean, his on-off numbers are by far the worst on the team in the playoffs. Like, it's not even close. They've been better when Tyler Hero does not play. Don't we need to see more tonight?
Yeah, we absolutely do, especially in kind of a must-win situation. Like you said, we don't want to go down 3-2 going into Philadelphia. We don't have LeBron James, so we don't want to have that situation on our hands. But we're going to need help from those other guys as well. Like you said, Bam Adebayo, that Game 3 misstep, he kind of rebounded in Game 4. He had a much better game. But you still want to see him continue to be aggressive. And Tyler Hero is going to have to be that guy, right? Jimmy Butler cannot be the main guy taking the scoring load on this team. Tyler Hero is going to have to do it as well because he's our primary 3-level scorer. And if he's not the guy producing from all 3 levels, opening up things for everybody else, it's just going to be hard for this team to open up as a unit. So it's going to have to be those 2 guys. Of course, you're going to look for the team to shoot better than 20-25% for 3, but it's going to have to be Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo being the majority of the guys that pick up the slack, especially on the scoring role.
Brady, Victor Oladipo is 3rd in usage on the Heat in the playoffs. Good thing or bad thing?
I don't know if I'll say it's a bad thing, but I think you want to be right outside the top 3, I'll say. Like, best case scenario, I know Bam is not as high as you want him, but I think the best case scenario is to have the main guys at the top of that. I will say that I know we got caught in the negatives of last game. Oladipo was a major positive from last game. He was their second best player behind Jimmy Butler. Like, when they needed offense, he got to the rim, he was getting to the line every single time. So I think that ties into the usage. If that's the usage you're getting from Victor Oladipo, is the guy that can get to the free throw line a bunch, the guy that we knew in the past in Indiana, the guy that can get to the rim. That's basically best case scenario. The reason it's not as important is because he can get to the rim all he wants. If you don't have shooting around that's providing more than 17% from 3 and the other shooters hitting the open corner shots, it doesn't really matter. So it's the same thing with Jimmy as we see with Vic. The reason I think it's very possible if they change it up, and Greg could be right about Oladipo, but the reason I lean in another direction is I just don't know if that lineup has enough shooting to maybe get through the beginning of a game in a series that I think shooting is the difference maker. So it'll be interesting, but Oladipo is going to be a major piece of this if the shooting is kind of clicking.
Alejandro, you still got Previa El Juego on there on the screen. That's a separate show. Check out that show, okay? My daughter speaks Spanish. That's why I know that, all right?
There it is.
There's other reasons I know that. Thank you for changing that. I appreciate it. No problem. But check out Alejandro's preview that he did in Spanish with Ricardo. That's on the channel as well. Also, prizepicks.com, which I just did with David. And David, I went over tonight on PJ Tucker, 12.5 points, rebounds, and assists combined. You can use the code 5 to sign up there. I like it because PJ's been so much better at home, in my view. I think we're going to get a pretty decent PJ game tonight. But I'm coming back to this, and I'm going to throw out the big picture topic that I put out there on Twitter today. And I didn't see a lot of people disagreeing, okay? This is the Jimmy build. You've discussed this, Greg, as the Jimmy build, right? Like, at some point, it was supposed to pivot to a different kind of build. It's still the Jimmy build. But if the complements, if the primary wingmen on the Jimmy build are going to be Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero, there's no reason for us to be talking about anybody else tonight, okay? Because those 2 guys need to maximize themselves. And I'm looking, again, at not so much with Bam. His effective field goal percentage has stayed the same in the playoffs. It's just his usage is down. So he's less of an offensive factor than he was before. But you look at Tyler Hero, Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, Caleb Martin, Kyle Lowry's not playing tonight. They've cratered in the playoffs. The one guy who can't crater and get a max extension is Tyler Hero. Like, Pat's not going to put up with that, right? Like, I feel like in some ways, and this is not hyperbole, Tyler Hero's future in some ways may depend on tonight and the rest of this week.
Yeah. No, you're right. I think that as much as I'm saying for everyone to get the guts, etc., like, let's acknowledge the reality that there is a part of this that if they come up short, everyone's on the table except Jimmy, essentially, and probably Bam, I would say. But Tyler particularly is like the piece that I think as trade talks start to swirl, he's going to be the name that gets mentioned. So I just think that comes with the territory if they don't show up. And Ethan, you're right. Like, at some point, if we're going to anoint Tyler as the guy that's young and Bam, and like these are the guys you're going to pay significant percentages of the salary cap to, they got to compliment, and they got to do it in Game 5 at home in the second round in a series you're supposed to win. So to me, there's no excuses. You got home court. You're the 1 seed. I know there's no Kyle Lowry, but you're right. Tyler and Bam have to show up. This is for the build around Jimmy.
So do you have the guts to play Tyler Hero over 17.5 points at Prize Picks tonight?
100%. Empty corners. Listen to Brady Hawk over here. That's what they're going to do to unlock Tyler. He hasn't been wrong much yet, so I'm sticking with that. I would go over 17.5 and go under 0.5 James Harden double-doubles. He ain't getting another double-double because he didn't get one last game. Just keep betting that. It's easy money, y'all. Use the code 5.
I went over on all the Maxey stuff tonight, by the way, just so you know. So, again, use the code 5 for that. All right, let's get to the other big question. We've discussed this ad nauseum for 48 hours, but I witnessed kind of a funny scene on the court. Ruthie Polinsky from Channel 6 was doing her live shoot with Duncan Robinson behind, so she wanted to capture Duncan shooting behind because he was the story that she was talking about. And Duncan said, "Can we please not do this? I haven't played a minute in this series." Also, as Brady pointed out to me, Davis Reed, who happens to be Duncan's co-host on the podcast, when I posted some stats of effective field goal percentages from the regular season of the playoffs, he made sure to point out Duncan's very small sample size increase in effective field goal percentage here in the playoffs. So I will ask you, Brady Hawk, over under tonight, Duncan Robinson minutes, 10.
I will say over. It's just weird to me because I think there's ways where he's in the rotation, but I just feel like in a game 5, for one, I'll say this feels like a game 7 because I think the winner of this game wins the series, where the best players are going to play the most minutes. Where that's the reason. It's not that Duncan's out of the rotation in this game. It's just that I think they're going to push the limits on their main players. But I think he does play. I think he can provide the things that we've already talked about: the handoffs, getting Bam unleashed, just adding that extra shooter if they go zone, especially. Like there's a lot of these elements, but it just comes down simply to they have to roll with the shooter that's rolling. Like they can't go through these spurts where, okay, we're going to go through and wait for this guy to get out of a funk or get out of this cold stretch. No, if Max doesn't have it, you go to Duncan. If Duncan doesn't have it, you go to Max. Maybe you go down the line to the next guy if they don't have it. Like now everything's on the table in this game. So it comes down to that. I think Duncan does play over. And it's going to be interesting. He was working. I know they have the same pregame warm-up reps every game, but just watching a lot of high pick and roll type of pull-up threes he was taking in pregames, he's going to be utilizing a lot of that in this game.
Jonathan, we talk about the best players have to play more minutes. Bam Adebayo's minutes have decreased in the playoffs. I thought they'd go up 3 or 4 minutes. I know he had one game with foul trouble, but that's it. He's down at 32 and a half minutes in the playoffs. I mean, he's not playing a third of the game. Jimmy Butler, the minutes without Jimmy, they're a lottery team when Jimmy's sitting on the bench in the playoffs so far. So, I mean, do you at this point, you say you're both playing 40 tonight? Like, we're getting this win?
Yeah, you have to play your best players, especially when there's a lack of depth behind Bam Adebayo. It's pretty much him and PJ Tucker in the front court. I think you're going to have to play him more minutes. Defensively, without him, it's a little tougher. I mean, PJ does a lot of great things. His offensive rebounding has been really, really good this series. But with Bam Adebayo out there, it's just a completely different dynamic. The skills that he brings to the table is just unique to what this team is and help this team just function as a whole and as a unit. So I think to your point, you're going to have to play this guy 38, 40 minutes because you need your best players out on the court when it's this time. Like you said, when it's playoff times, the minutes for the best players are supposed to increase, not decrease. So I want to see more Bam Adebayo tonight.
All right, let's get to it quickly here, and Alejandro's going to take you from here in multiple languages. The pick tonight. I'm with Brady. The winner of this game wins the series. I don't see it going another way. I think the Heat lose tonight. I think Philadelphia closes it out on Thursday night. I can't see the Heat rebounding from losing 3 straight in terms of the way that they're going. But I do think if Miami wins tonight, they right themselves. I do think, Brady, I know I've gone back and forth with you 3 times when we've been talking about this pregame, and I was kind of leaning Philadelphia. I think the Heat can pull it out tonight. I do. But I still am concerned about the late game offense and when that's going to crop up and really cost them. And they don't have Kyle. As bad as Kyle was, I didn't want Kyle to play. They don't have Kyle. I'm just saying this. Tyler Hero needs an A- game or better tonight, okay? He just needs from start to finish, okay? Whether he starts or he doesn't, I know we're still kind of waiting on that here. But he's going to have to be out there in the finish, and they need an A- game. He's 6th man of the year. He wants to be a starter. He's sort of we're all sort of prepping for him to be a starter next year here in Miami. Tonight can change everything. Okay, he's a kid who's thrived off of pressure. I think you get enough from Tyler to win this game tonight, but I don't feel great about it. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, I don't know that I would bet it. I'll just lean that way. Jonathan?
Yeah, I'm with you. It's one of those games that it's very nerve wracking, especially seeing the shooting over the last two games. But as coach always says, right, water always reaches its level. So I think this is one of those games where you'll see those shots start to fall. I think there's too many open opportunities that the Heat has had over the last two games for those shots just to not start hitting. On top of that, we're back home. I think some of the pressure is going to come off of us when it comes to hitting those shots. And on the opposing end, I mean, you're not going to have guys, in my opinion, like Danny Green, Cork Maz, and hitting extra shots like they would at home. So I feel like the Heat getting done tonight. I think the 3-point shooting is going to be the difference. I think they bounce back after a bad game. And I do think we see a pretty solid Gabe Vincent performance. I know we haven't really talked too much about him, but I think him stepping up into that role, I think he's going to fill it solidly and have a good night coming in.
Brady?
Yeah, I think my focus is on Tyler Hero as well. You look back over the last 48 hours of Miami's prep, they basically said it. The shots that they got, they liked. There's not much they're changing there. There's not much they're changing with the approach of Jimmy Butler. The one thing they are changing is Tyler Hero. That's the one thing that Philly had an adjustment for, and they shifted. So now it's time for the counter. It's time for Eric Spoelstra and Tyler Hero to get together. And I know one of the minor things, as Greg pointed out, was I've been saying about empty corner. Just when they're going to blitz them, allow him to have some type of runway to allow to beat it. Don't allow them to help over and shade over constantly from the corner. So I think there is an ability to kind of counter that blitz. But I think this is a Tyler Hero game. I think it has to be, as we mentioned, Jimmy Butler needs help. Yes, it comes down to shooting. We keep saying shooting. But he needs that second guy. And I think at this stage, we know what Bam is. Like, he can have a big game. But Tyler Hero is the guy that you could say, okay, they could solidify this game 5 with ease if Tyler Hero has, at least, like you said, an A- tonight is kind of the area.
I feel like we got podcasts coming, Greg, with that Brady comment. We know what Bam is because I feel like he's right, and that does fly in the face of the no ceiling stuff here a little bit. So it's a conversation we're going to have to continue to have. But I think that's where it's at right now. I'm not expecting, a 30-15 game from Bam Adebayo. I'm just not. I feel like, again, you know what you're going to get from Jimmy. Depot has been an interesting kind of insertion. The shooters have to be better. It's Tyler, to me, that's the key tonight, offensively at least. Without him getting hunted on the other end, which is another issue. Do they win tonight, Greg?
See, I feel like you don't even want to ask me that question anymore because I always say they're going to win every single game, so you already know what I'm going to say. So I'll just say this, that this team has surprised us all season, right? Every time we've thought that they were down and out, they've came back, and they've responded over and over again. Why the hell do we expect them not to do it now? So I'm picking them. And for any fan who feels like maybe it's not going to go that way, well, then we can get excited about transaction season. So it's all good. We win-win either way. So
I'm not ready for that.
No.
I'm not,
me neither. We need a break.
I'm not ready for that. All right, one thing I do want to mention here, obviously we got Pace and Space on Twitter at halftime, Post Up 5R. After the game, Greg's going to be hosting the podcast with Sean Rochester tonight. Brady, me, and Alex will be at the game at the press conferences. We do have a new sponsor, too, called Better Edge. We recommend you go to betteredge.com/5reasons. That's the number 5 reasons. It's a peer-to-peer betting app. It's very different from Prize Picks. This is a betting app, not a fantasy app. So check it out. Sign up. You get $20. We're going to be telling you more about that as we go forward. Also, our off-the-floor feed, $3.05 a month. For exclusive content before we give it to you anywhere else. All right, so everybody's picking the Heat tonight. I picked the Sixers at Game 4, so I haven't gone all homer the whole series. Actually, I haven't. Sixers at Game 3 at Game 4. I'll go with the Heat tonight also. We'll see if we can get this thing to 3-2. All right, have a good night, everybody.
All right. Ethan was in a rush. So I'm going to show you guys the actual site. He mentioned it real fast there, so you can go and check it out. It's our new sponsor here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. They're called Better Edge. It's the new way of betting. So you guys can do it. It's fun because you can do it against other people. You can pick a bet and then people can bet against you and see if they're actually good with their picks. So let's do let me do it here. Let me see if I can share real quick. Let me check. Here is the site. I'm looking for it. Social profile. Here it is. All right, that way. Now you can see it. This is Better Edge. It's coming. I swear it's coming right there. Let me see. Oh, you're actually seeing it. Okay, cool. So that's the site that you have to visit right now. Better Edge. And if you look at it, this is our profile. Like Ethan said, you have to go to betteredge.com/5 reasons. And then you're going to see this. You're going to come here and they are going to allow you to play with $20, but you have to sign up and verify your account. So do it. I mean, we're just starting with this. This is a fun way of betting. They're gonna give you options to do so, and you can bet against other people. You don't have to bet against the house, but you can bet on fun stuff going on during the game, and that's a new way of doing it here on the Five Reasons YouTube channel. So thank you very much to all of you that are still here for the pregame show. Don't leave because we have a lot of things to go through right now. We're gonna read some comments here before we go back and listen to another episode of Five on the Floor, and then listen to Eric Spolstra and Doug Rivers as we prepare for the hangout to start. All right. Let's see. Rome Gray says, Arlene, how long were you also begging them to get rid of Duncan? Talking about Duncan Robinson. Kryptonite says, Jimmy will show up for sure. Lex Bogey says, I said Heat in 5, now it's Heat in 7. I said Heat in 6, so my prediction is still up there, and it's possible. $40 for the parking. Come on, we won the W. Can Bam have a monster game? I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, he can have a better game than he had before. Anthony Interiano, Ethan Colin is calling the game. Yes, but Brady's there also, so not a problem. Don't worry about it. Duncan under 13 Duncan minutes, in my opinion. Over says here. Duncan 7 minutes. Randy Chambers says Duncan with a Mike Miller game. Make threes with one shoe. Duncan 3 for 5 from 3. Hopefully he can play and at least have the chance to do it. Arlene says, Greg, we all recognize Duncan's weakness. Indeed, that's why Spo needs to be excellent with his rotation tonight. Lineup, we'll see. We're still waiting for the starting lineup for the Miami Heat to post it up. Let me see if they have posted anything else yet in the last couple of minutes. Just a minute of video of Bam Adebayo working out before the game. That's about it. Dwayne Dedman, non-COVID illness. Caleb Martin, PJ Tucker, Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, and Tyler Hero will all warm up with the intent to play in tonight's Game 5 of versus the Sixers. No Kyle Lowry, by the way. Tyler's heated you all. And Lex Boogie says Heat will win tonight and it will be a blowout. Book it. Hopefully they need a win right now. However it comes. Michael Nocia says at home it's just different. Mitchell baby. And then says, let me see, Kryptonite. Tyler will be mega focused in front of the Miami crowd. Hopefully that's the case. We're not all hopping. It's real. We will hoping. We will defend. This game is huge. Heat win by 5 or 10. He knows he needs to step up. Frank says, I'm predicting a gritty physical game and a Heat win. It might be a 7-game series. Dietrich Dizamba says, role players shoot better at home historically. They were talking about it earlier also on 5 on the floor. Heat will get the dub tonight. Michael knows to see all hands on deck. Anyone and everyone will be needed. Rome Gray says, classic Miami Heat, hard game. I can't see this team shrinking at home, and I just can't. 105-101. It's going to be a UD game, says a friend Randy. Lex says, this is why we play for the 1 seed, to have home court in situations like this. Michael Nossi says, UD has huge game off the bench. UD game tonight. Rum Gray, our lean rotations aren't on Spo. That's on everybody to be a lead there, and pray Philly doesn't exploit that. You can't hide that weakness and then be surprised when Philly makes us pay. Well, they were struggling anyway with Embiid and with Danny Green's threes and all of that. And the Sixers hit threes both in game 4 and game 3 as well. So we'll see what happens. Jose Mato says, Bam, 15 rebounds and 7 for 8 assists. I'm okay. Okay, let's do it. Just win, man. Let me see who else has. Brett, the movie guy. Heat got this. Let's go Heat. Danny says, everyone but Jimmy can go to Utah for Mitchell. Well, we're still not there. Lucy says, take care of home court. Rome Gray says, this team has too much heart. Why would I think they lost it now? I don't give a damn about transactions. I want a damn title back at home. We're winning this. Brett, again, the home crowd needs to be loud tonight. Heat crowd better be loud. Arlene says, just 2 players to be elite tonight to help Jimmy. Depot masterclass. We'll see how many minutes Victor Oladipo plays tonight, and if he is in the starting lineup as well. Make 5 threes. If Duncan plays, I predict he will make 5 threes. That's Brett. Tiff L says, how will Embiid handle listing the or losing the MVP, I guess. Juan Restrepo said, yo, can Ethan be a fan for another team? What reporter picks another team with the chance to go up 3-1? Well, he's not a fan. He's our journalist. That's the thing. Losing, yes, I know. We need 27 threes tonight. Well, if we make 27 threes, I think they're winning by 20 points at least. I'm with you. Hit in 6. Yeah, hopefully that's the case. Bobby McClendon says Duncan will probably start today. Ooh, we'll see. We'll see if Duncan starts. As soon as we know, as soon as we have the news, we're gonna come back to you guys and let you guys know who's in the starting lineup. Why do we think Duncan is going to play? Well, because it's been a struggle for the Heat from the 3-point line. So why not try Duncan now? Duncan going 6 for 6 through the first 3 quarters from deep, and then not playing the last quarter. Duncan isn't good at basketball though. 0 minutes tonight. Well, we'll see. Based Touch says we can win in Philly. We showed that last game. We got to take care of home tonight. I put my money in 5 Reasons versus TNT show in Miami hardcore fans. Yeah, stay here. We're going to have the hangout. So make sure you tune in for the TV. You turn the volume down, and then you listen to us here. We're going to have fun with the hangout. We always do. We stay all throughout the game, and we share our opinions about what's going on while the game's going on. So that's what makes it fun. Marvin says, okay, guys, I'm listening to you guys. You know this is a must win tonight, right? Junior Iglesias says he take the win tonight. Jimmy Butler for triple-double. Patricia Concepcion, does anyone know if we can watch the game live here? If not, where? Thanks. Patricia, it's on TNT tonight. If you want to watch it on TV. If you want to put the TV on, turn the volume down and listen to us, that's even better. So we'll be waiting for you here. Duncan has to play. Cesar Dino Cursed Island. Yay Takashi. Fire Fest. Heat. No, first, I think. That's what he wanted to say. Kill the competition. Let's Boogie says Miami will hit threes tonight. Heater, not a hater, says, thank you, Alejandro. Appreciate you, bro. Let's go Heat. Thank you, man. What's your name? Let me know your name so I know who am I talking to. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Be the number 1 seed. We know you can be. D-Wade is in your hands. You all are forgetting how terrible Duncan was from us this season. Let's check. That's interesting. Let's check Duncan Robinson's stats in the regular season. In general, because we all know that the second half was way better. But in general, in the regular season, Duncan Robinson had, from 3, he ended up with 37.2%. The Heat shot in both game 3 and 4, they shot collectively, that's including all the threes that Jimmy Butler made, they shot 21.5. Duncan Robinson was 37.2. So there you go. The thing is that we were used to having Duncan Robinson being 40.8 1 year ago, 44.6 the year before that. So that's the Duncan Robinson we were getting used to. But 37.2 is not bad. And it's way better than whatever the Heat is doing right now. Hitting threes is contagious. Need the first 35 to fall. I see Depot having 20 plus. Mr. Kapalat. Thank you, Trevor. Tatko said that one before. NBA Addict, welcome, man. He stayed with us the entire game. Peter Pie picked a Pickled Peppers. Let's go Heat. Oh, I got that one. He said, Heater, not a hater. You're Arthur B. Arthur, where are you from, Arthur? Are you Brazilian? Arthur, or Arthur from here from the United States. Cristina Bueno says, here's the truth. And Thousand Eyes says, you're taking a 2-game sample size. Well, we can check the playoffs too. But what I'm talking about is the main problem for the Heat in the games that they lost this postseason, especially in this series against the Sixers. It was that the 3-point shooting. That's what happened. Dane Lederer says Heat in 6. Thank you guys for joining us. Let me check real quick if I can have the stats for the Heat as a collective right now in the postseason. So let's not go for just those two games, but let's go in general right now. Shooting stats. Let me see here real fast. You have to bear with me. Jimmy Butler is averaging 9 points right now per game, by the way. So from three, the Miami Heat. Let me see right now. 3-point percentage. The Miami Heat is shooting 32% as a collective from three right now in the postseason. These are postseason numbers. So there you go. They're a little under what they did. They're way under what they did in the regular season. Let me check real fast the regular season numbers so you guys have that information as well. In the regular season, they shot 37.9. So Duncan Robinson was right there with the average of the team. He just doesn't look as good as he used to look before. But for example, Kyle Lowry hit 37.7. This is regular season numbers. So he hit almost the same percentage as Duncan Robinson. Max Strus, who everybody thinks had a way much better season than Duncan Robinson, hit 41%. It's 4% more, but it's not that great of a gap either. Gabe Vincent, 36.8. He was under Duncan Robinson. Markieff Morris, he didn't play that much. And let me see who else. Kyle Guy doesn't count. Yeah, that's about it. Let me see. Tyler Hero, 39.9. So only 2.7 of a difference there above Duncan Robinson. These are regular season numbers. Again, just to talk a little bit about numbers and expectation about what we're talking about. Let me see. Who else? The lineup just came out. Let me see who is in the lineup tonight. Let's refresh here. The lineup is the following. We have Gabe Vincent coming in for Kyle Lowry. Then there is PJ Tucker, Max Strus, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo. So it's Gabe Vincent, PJ Tucker, Bam Adebayo, Max Strus, and Jimmy Butler. Gabe Vincent, PJ Tucker, Max Strus, Bam Adebayo, and Jimmy Butler. That's the starting five for the Miami Heat tonight. So no Victor Oladipo and no Duncan Robinson. We knew Duncan wasn't going to start, just to let you guys know. Let me see. Who else is here? New York to Las Vegas. What's up, man? You're driving right now? Let me know if you're driving. I'll be here again, brother. I was soaking in that loss for the last 2 days. Yes, come back to it. We're going to have fun again together. Do you think there's a chance we see zone tonight? Yes, we should mix it up a little bit. Even the Sixers did it for game 2. The lineup just came out. Thank you, Mr. Capelot, for that information. Here's too inconsistent for us. Well, I don't know. I mean, he's had good postseasons before. So let's wait for the postseason to come, and then we'll discuss it. Embiid will be mad because he lost MVP. I don't think he cares. Rubén Saldívar, no español. Sí, hicimos una previa en español antes de este video. Lo puedes encontrar acá en el canal de YouTube de Sports Venezuela, de Five Reasons, perdón. Y now we're going to do it in English, but during the game you can stay here with us. Puedes quedar aquí durante el juego y hablamos también en español. José is one of those that speaks in English and Spanish with me here all throughout the games. The small ball in the last game was good. Take a note. Ronald says, Alejandro, we're undefeated when I catch the beginning of the game. Yeah, so you better catch the beginning of the game, man. 0-3 when we miss the start. So I'm here early for the superstition. Yes, anything that helps us gets this win. Yes, perfect, Ronald. That's what I love about sports. I played sports, I watch sports, and every time, I mean, even if you're not superstitious, you don't say anything just in case something happens. Follow the same routine always. Cristina Bueno says 52% playoff threes for Duncan. I mean, Duncan has been here and he's produced, so that's another opinion there. Duncan is like the 8th best three-point shooter amongst the Heat rotational players. He's not good, guys. Okay, those are opinions. We just gave you the facts, the numbers, both in the regular season and the postseason. He looked better without Lowry, Westbrook's brother. Okay. All right. With that, we're going to go ahead and continue with our pregame show. Now with the following, we're now going to go to listen to Five on the Floor, the episode that the guys did right after that loss. Actually, I should have done the Floor is Yours episode from last night. But you guys are going to listen to this now. Five on the Floor episode talking about what went on that day. Game 4 of this series and possible adjustments. Again, remember, no Kyle Lowry tonight, so they're going to be talking about Kyle Lowry. This was obviously recorded before we knew.
Latest episode of Five on the Floor on the Five Reasons
We'll be
Sports
back.
Network. Thanks for joining us on your favorite podcast app. We're on Podbean, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We're also on Dash Radio on their Nothing But Net channel every single weeknight at 7 p.m. Also, check us out on 5 Reasons YouTube. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons. You get all of our content, including Before Floor, an hour before every Heat game, post up 5 hours as soon as the Heat game ends, and content on all the other South Florida teams. And 5reasonsports.com. Spell that one out for the latest takeaways from Brady Hawk and others without a newspaper paywall. Also, we mentioned the great sponsors of the 5 Reasons Sports Network. We got a product code for 2 different products here. It's 5RSN. That's the number 5. RSN. Use that for 25% off on all your premium CBD at therapistpreferred.com. That's the gummy, the tincture, the sports cream. All of that at therapistpreferred.com for 25% off. And for all of your men's grooming products, go to manscaped.com. You get 20% off with that same product code, 5RSN. That's the cologne, the razors, and everything else. Go to manscaped.com for 20% off. Therapist Preferred for 25% off using the product code 5RSN. And now, tonight's episode.
Down the Biscayne. Yeah. 5 on the floor, ride for my dogs. Where here's the thing, you can check the score. Hustle hard, couple scars, wearing bubble frogs. Just like Butler said, you in trouble, y'all. Kept the floor playing, got it all banned. Y'all seen the block, stop with one hand. And Pat we trust, it's power, have the guts. We're here to bring the heat, y'all can hang it up.
Welcome to 5 on the Floor, a daily insider show on the Miami Heat and the NBA, featuring Ethan Skolnick, Greg Sylvander, and Alex Toledo, plus others from the 5 Reasons Sports Network.
Welcome back to 5 on the Floor. I am your host, Greg Sylvander. Tonight's floor plan with me is Brady Hawk. You can follow him on Twitter at BradyHawk305. Again, I'm Greg Sylvander, and we have actually traveling to do some TV hit is Ethan J. Skolnick. So we didn't expect him to have on the show tonight. Ethan, I know you're driving, so we want to give you your just due to kind of dive in here. Give us your take on what you saw in the Miami Heat's 116-108 loss up in Philadelphia. They are now in a 2-2 series. It's a best of 3 heading back to Miami for Game 5. Just kind of your overall takeaways, and then we'll take the episode from there.
Well, I don't know that I'd recommend podcasting and driving. I don't know if this is legal in this state, although everything else is. But what we're going to talk about on WSVN tonight, a few topics. I mean, number one is this. Well, there's 2 real primary things. Number one is this Miami Heat team was rebuilt in the offseason so that they would not need to rely on Jimmy Butler to do everything. And 2 games in Philadelphia, Jimmy Butler did everything, and they lost both anyway. And that, to me, is – we can talk about rotations, and I'm sure you guys will, and Duncan Robinson, and whether Kyle Lowry should be playing at all, because my thought is he shouldn't be if he's going to look like that. But to me, the single biggest takeaway is, like, this team is supposed to be deeper than this. They're supposed to be stronger than this. They should not need – Jimmy Butler to be taking on Joel Embiid in post possession after possession after possession to stay in the game. And that leads to the second part of this, which is that this was the best 3-point shooting team in the league during the regular season. You cannot win. And look, they know this. It's not like they're not trying, but you cannot win road games in the modern NBA where it's so 3-ball reliant, shooting under 20% free, against a quality team at home in the postseason. You're just not going to win. And if you look at the disparity in the 3-point makes tonight, that's not just the game. It's like triple what the deficit was as it turned out. And so I do think that Eric Spoelstra needs to look at some things. It's one thing to say that Max Strus has been really good as a starter this year, but him continuing to miss all of those open shots is now as deflating as it was when Duncan Robinson was missing them earlier in the season. And the other guys on this team just can't seem to get comfortable from 3. And so I do think you need to look at Duncan. I think you need to look at perhaps, if Kyle is, like I said, if Kyle is going to look like this in 2 days where he's really giving you nothing, start Gabe. Okay? And then you roll Oladipo and Hero off the bench like you're doing. But tonight felt like they were kind of standing around waiting for Jimmy to do everything. That is not a sustainable strategy in the postseason in 2022. Because the problem is, as great as Jimmy is, he's getting twos while they're getting threes for the most part. I know he made a couple of threes, but it's not his game. Your three-point shooters have to start making shots. Bam Adebayo needs to give you more than just sort of empty numbers offensively. And Kyle Lowry, honestly, at this stage, guys, and I'll stay on for one more to get your thoughts on it. I think he needs to sit. I don't think he gave you anything in either of these two games. And in a lot of ways, I think he disrupted some of the rhythm that they had. So I would, I know how proud he is. I get it. He's not 100%, and he's not making them better right now.
Yeah. And the 3-point shooting, I can't emphasize enough where you went with that on the road, but just in general, seeing them shoot 38% in the regular season, it's all the way down under 28%, I think, in the postseason now. If this game's going to skew the stat a bit, but to drop that much, this is a team built around the need for that shooting to take place, and they need to make shots. I mean, I hate to say you live and die by the three, because there was once a day where you would say teams that lived and died by the three die, but that's not supposed to be the case anymore. Brady, I know that we're going to talk about rotations and all this other stuff, but just pertaining to what Ethan went over, where do you stand on Kyle and how they manage him go forward? And also Max, because I agree with Ethan. Like, at this point, Max Strus either needs to be that ignitable 3-point shooter, or they need to find someone else to try to do that. Gabe obviously couldn't do that tonight, but we didn't see any Duncan Robinson. What were your thoughts on those two key things from game 4?
Yeah, I think for one, individually with Kyle, I don't see him playing next game, and I think that's an individual thing because he had 2 breakaway layups in this game. Both of them, he obviously has to push off, has to sprint, he has to get down the floor. Both of those, he's kind of getting back down the floor and he's grabbing his hamstring because it's still obviously something that's tightening up. He's able to push through it in a game like this, but that's not going to be the case in 24 hours. Like, that's going to be one of those things that lingers, it tightens up. I just can't see him being ready for that next game. But the issue we talked about last game, where on the court, the issue was the second and third level for him. Like, he was getting to the pull-up, it's there, he's not taking it. He was intentional early in the game. If you look at the first possession for Miami was a pull-up 3 for Kyle. Obviously, they went over that. It was intentional. But now it's blending into the first level of the half court, where there was plenty of times that, well, first of all, we used to talk about it all the time. We'd say, oh, can he get to the rim? Okay, well, he's getting to the rim. He's not putting the ball up at the rim. Well, now it's kind of sitting around looking for the next guy, kicking it out. Now you're resetting. There just seems like there's so many points here where he's just not willing to really score and at these points in the game. So it's hard for me to see. I think Gabe probably does start next game because I just think it's really hard to see Kyle being healthy at that point. And the Max thing, it's funny because you look at the stat, and the stat does not match like what really was thought of Max in this game, because he was 2 of 5 from 3. And it felt a lot worse because he was kind of just not a part of the offense in a lot of ways, where I feel like he is. I feel like his kind of offense and shooting comes from other guys being able to shoot from the outside, because there's that gravity outside. There's enough gravity with Tyler, which I know we're going to get into with the blitzing, but there just needs to be some type of pull in the perimeter for him to get going, because he's a release valve shooter. Like we talked about, he's not Duncan. He's not the guy inside the action that's going off handoffs. He's a guy that's going to be the release valve of an offense. And when you're continually getting to the basket, you're continually getting to the rim, in particular Jimmy and Vic, and getting to the line, there's just something there where they're going to collapse a little bit. And then you have these shots. With the shooting in itself, I do want to say that, yes, the shooting, they're missing a lot of shots. Like, it's pretty obvious. 17% from 3 to 48% from 3 at one point was the difference in shooting. But I'd say the shot profile on both of these teams are equally as just opposites. Like, Philly's getting decent looks, and it's not to say Miami's playing bad defense. It's kind of schematically of what they want to do at these certain points. You want to let these other guys shoot because you're so focused on the inside on Embiid. But their shots that they're getting are not the cleanest, it feels like. Like, when you're looking at them, yes, it's driving kicks. It feels like there's not as much perimeter-based pull-ups because they're blitzing. But I feel like that's just more the important thing to note, is just there's going to have to be a way. The shooting will come back to itself, specifically at home. Like, it'll probably come back to itself. But there has to be a difference, I guess, in the way they treat it and the way they get those looks in Game 5.
I mean, in 7 playoff games before tonight,
Jimmy Butler was shooting almost 36% from three. He's probably their best 3-point shooter in the playoffs, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Ethan, I know you're on the road, so I'm going to give you one last shot here. If there's anything else you want to chime in with that Brady touched on related to maybe Kyle not playing in the next game. I know he did look like he was coming up lame a bit there. And if that tightens up overnight, et cetera, that could be an issue. Do you expect them to be conservative with Kyle, or is game 5 everyone on the line kind of situation?
Well, a couple of things. First thing is, we've talked about this all season. Sometimes this team is better when a piece is taken out. And I don't mean Dwayne Dedman. I mean one of their sort of core 4 pieces. They've played better without everybody together. Now they've inserted Oladipo, so it's like their core 5 pieces. I would pull Kyle out next game, and I think it gives you the opportunity to do something else also. I would take a look at starting Tyler Hero with Gabe Vincent in the next game, and bringing Oladipo off the bench with either Strus or Robinson. I think that taking Kyle out gives you the opportunity to do that. I don't know that I would do it if Kyle starts, but I think if Gabe starts, you can justify putting Tyler into the starting lineup to the rest of your group to give yourself another guy. Well, obviously, they are blitzing. They are playing a different way. Perhaps they would blitz him less if he's in the starting lineup with Jimmy. Maybe Tyler could get off a little bit sooner. I still feel like Tyler's getting to some good things. He's just not getting to them consistently. So I feel like maybe that is the move. I know others are going to took it. Okay, you put Duncan into the starting lineup with Lowry. I don't think he's going to do that right now, and I don't trust that as a starting backcourt. I don't know that just playing Duncan for a few minutes off the bench is enough. I do think if you put Tyler in as a starter, as long as it's another move with it, it doesn't come off to your group like a panic move. And then you could, again, mix in either Robinson or Strus with off the bench with Depot, with Oladipo handling a little bit more and creating some offense that way. So that may seem a little bit radical for a 2-2 series, but I'll tell you this, and this is my final thought on this, and I'll let you guys handle the rest of it. I don't think this is as simple as go home and everything works out. I know sometimes we overreact to these series because the Heat have been in plenty of series where they've won the first 2 games and dropped the next 2 games. Okay. And then the sky is falling and everything looks different. All NBA teams are in those kind of series. But remember, there was a major change made in game 3, which was Joel Embiid came back. Okay. So this is not as simple as Philadelphia just went home. This is Philadelphia went home and added a player who's a top 3 MVP candidate, and Miami's reaction to it is simply not good enough. And the only real sort of counter that they seem to have, other than more and more Jimmy, is if the three-point shooting normalizes, and there's just no way to guarantee that. So I don't think Eric Spoelstra could just say, okay, let's just go home, go with the same group, rely on our fans, and everything's going to be fine. This is completely different matchups, different series than we saw in game 1 and games 2, guys. I mean, they were starting DeAndre Jordan. So I'm not panicked. Okay. I still think they win this series, but I do think that he has to make changes. And we've talked about the Tyler Hero starting card. I might play it now. And I certainly would play the Kyle, you're not ready card. Let's wait until you are. We pushed this a little bit too soon. We need you to be 100%. Or close, something, 80% at least. He's not that right now, guys.
And to your point also about it not looking like a panic move, if Kyle is obviously hindered in any way, that's also, reinforces making a change like that and not looking like a panic move. I'm kind of with you there. I like Tyler in that scenario, although Depot did get that start in game 5 against Atlanta. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. On a side note, Jimmy Butler ended the game with 2 steals, and James Harden was 1 assist shy of a double-double. So those were my big picks on Prize Picks tonight. So they worked out really well for me. So although the Miami Heat didn't win, Prize Picks was very kind to your boy. Check out prizepicks.com. It's daily fantasy made easy. You pick overs and unders for your favorite players. It's super simple. The more that you more correct picks you do together, the better your odds of doubling, tripling, even winning up to 10 times, 20 times your money. So use the code 5, FIVE. That's the key to this, because that'll double your initial deposit up to $100. And then you can win watching your favorite players, even if they end up losing in playoff games, because tonight is always a tough one when they lose. But at least I can take solace in a little bit of chump change coming back my way for Jimmy getting those 2 steals in the third quarter. Check out prizepicks.com. Use the code 5, FIVE, to double your initial deposit. Again, that's Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy for sure. All right. Ethan is gone. So we're going to dive into some of the specifics here, because a couple of things I want to touch on and make sure that we get them out of the way. One thing, this is a different circumstance than what we've seen in past, like teams just go home and they win 2. And then it's like the series doesn't start until the home team loses. There is still a degree of truth to that here. But with Joel Embiid being inserted, it is incumbent on Miami to figure out how they're going to now make an adjustment to figure that out, because it has changed the complexion of this series. The shooting is totally weird, but Joel Embiid is a great defender, so you don't know how much of it is attached to that. But here's something I just want to remind Heat fans of. The Heat are 18-0 when starting a series, 2-0. They typically, there's been many series where they've gotten punched in the mouth and punched back. So this series isn't over. Like, I think it's important to walk away from this knowing that Game 5 is still in their building. They played all season with home court for a reason. So do not let go of the rope. There is things that we're going to continue to touch on to break down from Game 4 that are pertinent to discuss, because there is stuff we should be concerned about. But let's not act like the sky is falling just yet, because they still have games to win at home, and the Sixers got to win one in Miami to win the series. So anyway, let me jump off that culture-driven soapbox. Brady, let's kind of go Tyler Hero for a second, because this is getting weird with him for me, because that I love Tyler Hero and I want him to succeed in Miami, and I want him to be a long-term key cog. But what that's going to require is him kind of taking some of the burden off Jimmy. And although Ethan said, that we're kind of back to this place where Jimmy's doing everything, I think that may be a little extreme. It's not necessarily been that way all season. I think that maybe that's just kind of the recency bias of the 7 playoff games, 8 playoff games. And that is not a full playoff run, etc. So I just don't know that we can make that firm declaration yet, but Tyler needs to be that scorer, right? And I feel like we're not there yet. He just seems a little off. He was getting blitzed heavily. I want Brady, you to kind of break down what you saw from him and his decision-making there, and just like missing easy bunnies that he usually hits. So what are you looking at from Tyler Hero as he continues to rebound above his position? But, other than that, It's kind of been rough.
Yeah, I think narrative based in this game when Jimmy was kind of getting it going in the third and you were kind of flowing into the fourth, I kept saying they're one little mini Tyler Hero run from like really being in this game. Like that's all they needed was a short little spurt that we've seen so many times this season. And they'd be in a perfect spot. Like he just needed that second guy. But the reason I feel like it's a little weird is because they're focused on him a lot. Like they're not focused on Jimmy Butler. They're not focused on Bam Adebayo. They're focused on Tyler Hero. And Doc Rivers has said that since game 1, where he said in his post-game pressers that
get physical, right?
He, for one, get physical. And he also said something along the lines of, we don't care if they make a mistake, but we cannot make a mistake on Tyler Hero. Like that was the one guy that they were focused on more than anything. And they're definitely getting physical with him, but the blitzing has shown to really bother him because you're throwing a 7-footer and Joel Embiid out at him basically in the middle of half court in that sideline and basically forcing him to make that extra pass over the top. And we've talked about maybe the shaky turnovers that happen sometimes when he's put under pressure. And that's basically what they're trying to get him to do. There was the one that I'm thinking of in my head right now, but they blitzed out kind of in that half court sideline. He threw a cross court pass to the corner, which is the soft spot, which is open, but it went over his head and went out of bounds. That's kind of the idea there. They're throwing him off his game. We talked about before how the drop coverage is sitting there to take advantage of. We saw it in game 1. We saw it in game 2, just high pick and roll, Bam, Tyler. We're like, okay, this is pretty simple. Just get to your spots. It's pretty easy to pick apart a DeAndre Jordan, or Paul Millsap, whoever they put out there. Well, they've adjusted and they've said, we're not going to let Tyler Hero get to his spot. So we're going to make sure he's uncomfortable for the however many minutes he played tonight, which I think was a little bit more than last game. Now it's at 34, obviously, because they shrunk the rotation. But there has to be some adjustments there. Like, it's got to be a point where they're really worried. That it also ties into the shooting, I will say as well, because they're blitzing high. The player from the corner who's guarding that corner is coming up to the middle to guard whoever is flashing that middle, who Embiid just blitzed out off of. And they're forcing you to make that pass to that corner. They're also much more willing to leave that corner because they're shooting 17% from three. Like, if that shifts, a lot of this stuff looks different, and Tyler's lanes open up a lot. So I think that's kind of an important thing to mention. But that's going to be kind of the difference maker. Like, yes, you have to win 2 of the next 3. But Jimmy Butler just scored 40 points, and Victor Oladipo had a pretty good game. Bam down the stretch played a little bit better. They need Tyler Hero to win the series. Like, they really do. We talked about, I know we haven't mentioned it a lot yet, but James Harden just had a game. Maxi's pretty much had a couple games. Embiid, we know what he does. Danny Green had a game. Tobias Harris actually had a game. So every player in the starting lineup has kind of had their moments already. They need Tyler Hero to step up over these next 3 games if they really want to put a stamp on it.
I'm totally with you. And I also think the idea that Bam's points were empty, like Ethan snuck that in there as he was driving, I'm not buying that. Like, listen, Bam Adebayo was 9 of 12. He was efficient, 21 points up against Joel Embiid, who scored 24. And I know that that's like just kind of box score comparison stuff. I know that a level of attention around Joel Embiid is different, but Bam was really defending him well late in that game. He was really with the coverage all over him, denying him the basketball so that they had to find other looks, and guys made tough shots. And there were some dumb fouls, obviously, down the stretch. So I think Bam played considering he was in foul trouble and considering the kind of the momentum that the series, the kind of the tone of the series, I felt like Bam had a much better showing tonight, and that should be recognized. Although I know Heat fans don't want to hear that shit tonight.
He had a really good stretch late. I just want to say, like, he felt like he really turned it up in that final stretch. Like, it looked like they were going to turn the corner, and then Harden basically went flashback mode. But if that didn't happen, we might be sitting here talking about Bam a little bit more, because I just feel like you need that Bam through the whole 4 quarters, to your point, because I feel like that was the point where you're saying, okay, we saw it in this against second units early when Embiid went out and he's against Paul Reed again. It was like, okay, this guy's putting his fingerprints on the game. And then all of a sudden Embiid's in late. He's making good plays defensively. It's bleeding into the offensive stuff. You just need consistency with that, like barring the foul trouble and everything. I feel like it's there. Like, he's able to do it. We know that. But it's just consistency.
No, that's so true. And we keep coming back to it, and eventually it's going to be something that Bam can't run from, even if the no ceiling heads like myself are still defending him. James Harden did have a game, Brady. And I don't think anyone should be surprised that James Harden can pull out a 30-point playoff game, in this kind of stretch run, because even when Dwayne was in a much, I don't know about much worse physical condition, because I think Dwayne is probably still in better shape than James Harden today. But even when Dwayne was really at the tail end of his career in a way that Harden is not yet, he could pull out a 30-point game out of nowhere. So that doesn't surprise me.
All right, guys, we are ready now to start our hangout. I know you guys were enjoying the episode, but you can go back and listen to it and enjoy the rest of the 5 on the floor episode that the guys did right after game 4 of the series against the Sixers. We're going to start reminding you guys, Gabe Vincent is back on the starting lineup tonight, so he's going to be taking Kyle Lowry's spot in that regard. But other than that, it's the same team, the same starting 5 that we've been seeing in the last couple of games. So let's read some of you guys' comments here. I was checking the chat out while I was gone, but let's go back and read some of them. Raul Don says they want to do a 3-point shutout. D-Rob must be doing his deal. Jose Mato says that's my other reason to play Duncan. They are not ready for him. Holland Mariah Grossman said Tyler needs 5 trips to the line. Jose Matos, he's right. People are overreacting about Bam, including me. And he laughed. Go Getter says Spo needs to put Duncan in the game. And Struz is more athletic than Duncan, but Duncan is a better passer. Well, we'll see what happens there. What's the decision that Eric Spoelstra makes in that regard? Remember, for all of you that like to bet, go ahead and visit Better Edge /5 reasons, and they're gonna give you $20 to play tonight. So you make sure you take advantage of that promotion there, brought to you by the 5 Reasons YouTube channel and the network here. All right, the game's about to start. The Miami Heat wearing their whites. Let's see if we can share this audio. Oh, let's see. Let's try it. Let's share the audio only here, not the actual video, but just the audio, so you guys get also the what's going on the court right now. The Sixers are wearing blue tonight. Here we go. It's about to start. Here we go. Jump up. We're going to put the score here in the screen in a second. Stop sharing that. And let's go back to the NBA score right there. It says pregame, but it just started. It's Miami Heat ball to start the game. Gabe Vincent with the ball right now. So here we go. Welcome to the 5 Reasons Hangout. This is Game 5 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. 2 games apiece. 2 for Miami at home, 2 for Philadelphia at home. Here we go. Max Strus for 3. He misses the first one of the game. We'll see how much time this takes for Eric Spoelstra to make that adjustment. Good defensive play there. No, actually, it's a 2-pointer for the Sixers. Let me close here because I have an echo. There we are. Now we're much better. Here we go. All right. Miami Heat with the ball now. It's 2-0 for Philadelphia. The game's just starting. Gabe Vincent finds PJ Tucker, floater, and that's the first 2 points for the Heat right now. So it's a 2-2 game. Remember, we're going to be doing this for the entire playoffs, so make sure you subscribe you give it a thumbs up, please, to our Hangout. You leave your comments. You share it with your friends that love basketball. We're here to enjoy this. This looked like a foul by Embiid, but they're calling it just out of bounds, I guess. Or they're calling it Sixers ball. I thought it was an out of bounds for Miami, actually, when Embiid lost that ball. But it is what it is. We continue now. All right. Sixers with 4 seconds. Corner 3. Barely touches the rim. So it's Heat ball right now. Rebound for Gabe Vincent. Jimmy Butler with the ball. Jimmy Butler has Tobias Harris on him. Bam Adebayo comes for the screen. Jimmy Butler for 3. He misses. The Heat starting really bad with the threes again. Here comes Danny Green to his left, running around, and that's a turnover on Joel Embiid. Bam Adebayo was on him. He got rushed, and he lost that ball. So it's Heat ball right now. Slow start for both offenses right now. Gabe Vincent. Gabe Vincent to Max Strus. Max Strus to Bam Adebayo. He has Joel Embiid on him. He shoots a 2, long 2. Not good, but I like it. I like the aggressiveness there. We need Bam to be more aggressive, take more shots. And now he's battling for the rebound. Embiid barely touches it, but the ball falls in Jimmy Butler's hands. Heat ball. Now Butler to his left, back to his right, back to his left, finds Tucker, back to Butler. Another 3, and he makes this one. They're letting Jimmy take these threes, and he's been the best 3-pointer for the Miami Heat right now. Believe it or not. That's been the case. All right, James Harden now for 3. He misses. Great defense for the Heat to start the game. Here comes Jimmy Butler again. Switches now with Tyrese Maxey on him. He's going to attack. Joel Embiid comes to help, a little too late. Rebound for Bam Adebayo, and that's 2 points for Bam. Jimmy missed the first attempt, but then Adebayo were there to pick it up. James Harden now with the ball. He has PG Tucker on him. 12, 10 seconds, 8. Back to Danny Green. They find Tobias Harris in the corner, and that's a 3 for Harris. Now heat ball. Gabe Vincent. Down left. Now to the right. He finds Bam Adebayo. Kick out to PJ Tucker. Back to Vincent for 3. He misses as well. We need other guys other than Jimmy to start making shots. Fast transition. Good pass to Joel Embiid, and that's 2 easy points for the Sixers. And just like that, it's a tied game. Jimmy Butler attacks the basket on the other side, and he gets a quick 2. Now the Sixers are coming up. This is heating up now. James Harden now taking it all the way to the rim. He gets fouled by Max Strus. And that's 2 easy points for James Harden. All right. 9-9. Pretty even beginning of the game. Let's see who's here with us right now. First roll call of the game. All right. Vic Papo says, that's a plan with Duncan. Adrian McCumber says, this is so helpful. Thanks. You're welcome, Adrian. Welcome. Remember to subscribe to our channel. We're trying to get to 19,000 by the end of the playoffs. We got to 18,000 already during this series. Now we're trying to get to 19,000. I'm not worried about Kyle being out. Was playing bad anyway. German Kane says, I think we might see Duncan play tonight if the three-point shot isn't going early. Well, it's not going early right now. All right, heat ball. They're losing by 1. Jimmy Butler to his left. Spins. Takes another 2. And it's going in. Jimmy Butler with a good start. He's complaining about a possible foul there. And now it's James Harden coming with the ball. James Harden to his left. Uses the screen by Embiid. Bam Adebayo switches to him. PJ Tucker doing a great job on Joel Embiid. Trying to make him stay away from the paint. Step back 2. And that's a shot that we can live with. He missed it. That's a foul in transition by Danny Green on Max Strus. So foul for Danny Green. All right, let's see. VLC says Heat winning tonight. Ronald Fonte 0 for 2 for 3 to start the game. Well, 4. No, well, actually, Jimmy made 1, but it's like 1 but for 5 or something. Yes, Bam. Let's bounce back today, Luis Manuel. How are you, man? Welcome back. Ron Baker, Jimmy wants it. Yes, Jimmy wants it. Oh, that's a steal. Joel Embiid. He didn't want to finish it. And now, great comeback by the Heat defense. Long rebound for Max Strus, who comes all the way to get his first 2 points of the game. I don't know why Joel Embiid, they were on a 2. Yeah, I know, Ronald. I know. I'm reading, and I'm a little bit behind too. I don't know why Embiid didn't go for that quick transition points. And now there's another great defensive players by the Heat. Fast break, and Jimmy Butler is going to dunk it. 15-10. It's a good start for the Heat at home. Not from 3, but in general. Joel Embiid now tries to save it. Not good. Bam Adebayo attacking Harris. He finds PJ Tucker. Now Max Strus for 3. And that's good. 18-10 for the Miami Heat and the Sixers. Call timeout. Joel Embiid is in pain right now. Let me see if it's related with his face. Or I think it's his hand. His left hand, actually. But we'll see what happened exactly there. All right, let me see here. Yeah, definitely. Definitely not his face. All right. So, first time out of the game. Miami Heat winning 18-10. 9 points by Jimmy Butler. 9 points for Jimmy Butler. He is 4 for 6. 1 for 2 from 3. 2 points for Tucker. 2 for Adebayo. 5 for Max Strus. 3 rebounds. he made a quick transition 2 and then this 3, so he's 1 for 2. Right now 2 for 5. I was complaining because they were 1 for 4 and the only one was Jimmy Butler, and then Struz made that 3. So if they continue with this rhythm, they're definitely gonna win. Ronald says defense leading to easy offense. Yes, that's the key right there. Cass saying fire, and Ron Baker says let's go. Keck says let's go Heat. For all of you Heat fans or Sixers fans, if you're here, make sure you subscribe to our channel, your YouTube channel. We're trying to grow this, trying to get to 20,000 by the end of the couple of next months. But by the end of the playoffs, we want to get to 19,000 followers. Why not? Let's do it. I believe it. Do you believe it? I think you should. This is the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. And by the way, remember betteredge.com/5-number-reasons. Go check that out. Get those $20 and start playing. If not, a different one to use, it's 5 Reasons. PrizePicks.com. Make sure you use the promo code 5FIVE. This is in letters, FIVE. And you can get up to $100 of a match. And you can play $200. If you deposit $100, you can play with $200. So that's a lot of money. Angel Correa, go Heat. Fernando Lopez, we are the best ever. Juan da Silva, Juan. Pra cima, Heat. In Portuguese, for our Brazilian friends. Para os nossos amigos brasileiros, pra cima, o Heat. We've had a lot of Brazilian friends coming up to this hangout, so why not? Giving them a little bit of it as well. All right, who else is here? Who else is around here? I see 150 people live, so I want to know who's back here. Tylet Miller says, finally threes. Yes, finally. The Heat are getting some good offense there. Finally coming from 3. 2 3-pointers. And you see, that makes the difference right there. Sometimes it's hard, but it is what makes the difference. Oh. I stopped sharing the screen from the NBA. I wanted to show you the better edge, but I forgot to have that one here. Okay, my bad. Now we're back with the score right now. All right, who's there? I see Tyler Hero warming up. Dwayne Dedman warming up, so he's back. Duncan Robinson at the bench as well. Caleb Martin, Omer George 7, Highsmith, Oladipo. So the 5 on the floor right now, it's the same 5 that started the game. No changes so far for Eric Spoelstra. James Harden with the ball. Dear Wilk 50 says Jimmy looks good. Yes, he looks good. Hopefully he continues with that rhythm. He's done it all throughout the playoffs. He's averaging 29 points. Another turnover for the Sixers. That was a bad pass by Harden. Another great defensive possession by the Heat. And this is going well for now. Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler. Tobias Harris on him. Butler to PJ Tucker. Tucker to Bam Adebayo. Bam with 10 seconds to Max Strus. Tyrese Maxey on him. Uses Adebayo for 3. And that's another 3 for Max Strus. 21-10 for the Heat. Miami Heat now 3 for 6. They're hitting 500. I'm talking baseball now. They're shooting 50%. It's the same as they're hitting 500. All right. Joel Embiid spinning. Tyrese Maxey from 3. Corner. He missed it. Danny Green. Rebound to Maxey. Back to Green. Corner 3. He also misses. So that's been the difference this series. Whoever's hot wins the game. The Heat tonight, 3 for 6 for 3. They're winning. Max Strus for 3. Ooh, he missed it. Rebound for Tucker. And that's an offensive foul. Offensive foul. And that's it. All right. Let me see who else is here. NBA Addict. Is this the Masters game? Ronald Fonte, feel bad for the lady Embiid landed on. Dark Lords, $56 payout on $100 for the Heat. Go to Better Edge and bet against our friend Dark Lord. anyone with a link to watch TNT, my friend, if you want to watch the actual action. If not, you can stay here with us and hang out. We're having fun. James Harden coming in. That looked like a foul. Start playing Pepas. Still a long way to go. Tyler Hero in the game. After that basket for James Harden, 21-12 for the Heat. Jimmy Butler now with Tobias Harris on him. Jimmy Butler finds Dwayne Dedmon, who's also in. Dedmon takes a long two, and he makes it. So you see, these are the shots that maybe Bam can make someday. These long shots. I mean, defense are giving them space, so why not take them? Especially Bam. Niang for three. He misses. Rebound for PJ Tucker. The ball lands on Dwayne Dedmon's hands. Jimmy Butler back to Dedmon. Dedmon back. That was a bad pass, but he found Max Strus. Jimmy Butler with 10 seconds. Jimmy spins to his left, attacks the rim, and that's another 2 points. So it's 25-12 right now for Miami. Great start for Jimmy Butler. Great start for the Heat right now. James Harden. James Harden attacking the basket, step back, goes in, and that looked like another foul. These plays were being called fouls in Philadelphia. This time it was Tyler Hero leaning on him. Tyler Hero to his left, step, can't get it. Dedmon for three, corner three, he misses. Rebound by Butler, he throws it up, and that's a foul. Foul on Jimmy Butler. And another timeout, so we're going to be back here in a second. But first, let's listen to our friends from Prize Picks and see if we can get some.
We tell you all the time about Prize Picks, the official app of the 5 Reasons Sports Network for fantasy. Why do we use Prize Picks? Why do we recommend Prize Picks? Because it's the most fun. It's really that simple, and it's the easiest to use. Here's what you do with Prize Picks, okay? You can play NBA, NFL, MLB, NHL, MMA, golf, gaming. They do everything there, and you can pair players from different sports. So it's just up and down props, but they got a ton of them on every sport, on every team that you can imagine. And you can decide how much you want to risk. So it's not just about the money, but also, do you want to go flex play and sort of hold a little back? Okay. Or do you want to go power play and go all in? You can play 2, 3, 4, 5 players together. They offer free props all the time. That gives you like a free box that makes it easier for you. Check out prizepicks.com. But before you do, write this code down. It's FIVE for 5, FIVE. If you use that code, they will match your initial deposit up to $100. You put down $100, they're giving you $100 in free money. And you don't have to use it all at once. You could play 20 at first, 15 at first, or if you just want to put down 20 at the start and they match your 20, you can do that too. So use the code 5, FIVE. Also check out Prize Picks on 5, which is the show that we do on Prize Picks before just about every NBA slate. PrizePicks.com. Use the code FIVE.
All right, we are back. This is the second time out of the first quarter, so it's 25, 14 for the Miami Heat. Great start for Jimmy Butler. He is with 11 points already in 9 minutes. 8 points for Max Strus. He's hit a couple of threes. That's the difference right there. He's 3 for 5, 2 for 4 from 3. And Miami Heat are winning 25-14. 2 points for Bam, 2 points for Tucker. Tyler Hero just got in. Dwayne Dedmon just got in as well. Dedmon has 2 points for Sixers. They're having a slow start. 6 for 15 from the field. 1 for 5 from 3. Look how different things look now, right? It's only, Harden has 7 points actually. 4 points for Embiid. 3 for Tobias Harris. Let's read some of you guys' comments as we continue waiting for the game to come back. Let me see. PJ doing the small things, the little things. Jimmy effing buckets. Bro, Dedmon thinks he's Jordan. He's crazy. Abdul Jabbar Dedmon. Those soft fouls are not called here in Miami. We're strong. We go strong or nothing. Let's go Heat. Yes, and I hate that about NBA refs. I mean, if you're gonna call something, call it. But they do go with the home team, and that's stupid. I don't like it at all. But it is what it is. It's the league that we live in. So we're back to it. For all of you that are just getting here, welcome. This is just starting first quarter. The Miami Heat winning so far 25-14. This is game 5, Eastern Conference semifinals. Miami Heat hosting these Philadelphia 76ers. Jimmy Butler with the ball. Up to PJ Tucker, who catches it. We have 10 seconds. Ball back to Max Strus. Tyler Hero. Not a lot of rotation going on in this possession. Tyler Hero attacking the basket. He can't get it. Deadman with the rebound, and then he misses. I don't know why he tried to go under the basket instead of just shooting it up. Tobias Harris misses an open two. And here comes Jimmy Butler. Back to it. Butler, step back. Ooh, misses. Hitting the front of the rim. James Harden now to the corner. Back to Harden. Harden to Tobias Harris, who comes in and dunks it. 2 easy points for the Sixers. 25-16. Jimmy Butler with the ball. Remember, no Kyle Lowry. Dwayne Dedman. 2 minutos to play here in the first quarter. Jimmy Butler finds Max Strus to the corner for PJ Tucker. And that's a corner 3. You see, we were missing all of these shots. Look how good the Miami Heat team looks when they make those shots. That's the difference right there. Spolstra will say you're overthinking this. You just have to make shots. It sounds easy, but it's not. The Sixers for 3. Tobias Harris. With the 3, it's 28-19. 1 minute, 21 seconds left. Tyler Hero now with the ball. Tyler Hero to his right. He finds PJ Tucker. Back to Hero. He doesn't like that corner 3, so he's going back. In with Dedman. Another jumper in the paint. Nothing, not good. James Harden now attacking. Dedman on him. Harden complaining about a foul. Rebound for the Heat. Jimmy Butler to the other side. Goes, attacks. Finds Tucker. Back to Strus for 3. And that's another 3 for Max Strus. 31-19. Look how different things look right now. Have you noticed? The Miami Heat is back to their roots. They're hitting shots. Whoa. That's what they do. All right, Joel Embiid for 3. We can settle with that. I mean, that's fine. He's going to miss most of those. So, rebound for the Heat. 31-19. Let's go Heat chance at FTX Arena. Jimmy Butler, 20 seconds left. 18, now 9 in the shot clock. Jimmy Butler steps back. Finds Max Strus. He's in trouble. 3 seconds. Shoots a long 3. Hits the rim. Rebound for PJ Tucker. And it's out of bounds. I think too bad because Tyler Hero just hit a 3. I don't know if they're calling a foul or out of bounds. I think it's a foul because the Sixers players are staying here. And they're all checking on PJ Tucker. He's fine. The Sixers actually got away with that one because Hero had already made that 3. I mean, they had blown the whistle anyway before that, but still. All right, they called Oladipo back. And let's see what's going on. We have Duncan Robinson in. Is that Duncan? Yes. That is Duncan Robinson. So you guys are getting the Duncan Robinson minutes. We've been talking about this for hours, for weeks, for days. I don't even know. No, don't take him out now. Let me see. They're taking Hero out. No, they're taking Duncan out, actually. So he actually got to... Let's see what's going on. All right, they're talking to him now. This Heat has 6 players right now on the court. So they have to decide who's going to stay. It's actually Hero going out. So it's Robinson, Oladipo. So Robinson's going to play 5 seconds here in the second quarter. Ooh, that looks like a foul. That was a foul. And it is on Joel Embiid running over Max Strus. So the ball didn't even go in, and that was a foul. Let's go Heat, says our friend Vietizi. Ronald Fonte, PJ with a big time board. Yes, that was a foul on Strus. But now Butler's hitting shooting a free throw. Oh, he misses. Jimmy Butler has been missing a lot of shots early in the game. Here comes Jimmy Butler now, the last play of the quarter. Back to Bam Adebayo. 2 seconds. 1, he shoots it. No good. So they had Duncan Robinson there just to be there, but he didn't actually participate in that last play of the first quarter. So it's 31-19 for the Miami Heat. The Heat is winning right now. Game 5 of this series. 11 points for Butler, 11 points for Max Strus, 5 for PG Tucker, 2 for Bam Adebayo, and 2 for Dedmon. Those are the 31 points for the Heat right now. For the Sixers, 8 for Harris, 7 for Harden, 4 for Embiid, and that's it right now. Those 3 players are carrying the team. Papi Ginger says, come on, Heat. Papi Ginger, el papá jengibre. Laurie's best way of helping the team is directing from the bench. The man is injured right now. Tres leches. We're going to call that. The tres leches. Yeah, they're working tonight. The Miami Heat is, right now, they are, just to be checking, 5 for 11. So 45.5% so far. I still can't believe we lost the other day. Which one of the days? Baby Blue sighting? Maybe. Hopefully Lowry comes back healthy. Big minutes for Baby Blue. Yeah, he's getting 5 seconds there, and they didn't even play. Made a play for him. But it is what it is. Alejandro Q says, go Duncan. Keck says, will Duncan only be in this game for 5 seconds? We'll see. Duncan needs like 10 or to 12 minutes. If he doesn't look good, then sit him. And here we go. We start with the unwelcome friends. Get out of here. All right, here we go. Would have been perfect for Bam to take a buzzer beater 3. Yeah, too bad he didn't go in. Give me 33, boys. Greg Nyland says Skinny White plays Holder and the sniper Duncan. Yeah, we'll see if he starts the second quarter. I mean, that's what I'm guessing. That he starts the second quarter and gets some minutes there. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. Who else is around here? Let me know. What do you think? What did you think about the first quarter? Did you like what you saw from the Heat? Yes or no? All right. Here we go. Let's see what Brady Hawk is saying about tonight's game so far. Butler and Strus with 11 points each at the end of the first. Man, they just do everything alike. Standing ovation for Duncan Robinson. That's funny. There you go. Standing ovation. Remember, Brady's out there with Ethan Skolnick. Jimmy Butler getting what he wants. Open triples, transition play, post dominance on smalls, empty corners, pick and rolls. Great stuff overall from him. Those are comments from Brady Hogg. Let's read 5 Reasons Sports. Tonight, being handled by Ethan Skolnick. An ovation for the entry of Duncan Robinson. Just a different way of saying that he got an standing ovation. Now back to the bench. And then he went out. And that was funny. Oh, man. Here we go. There aren't 5 players in the NBA playoffs playing at a higher level than Jimmy Butler right now. That's right. All right, we're back to the arena. It is 31-19 for the Miami Heat. So a good way to start. 12-point advantage so far. And let's see who starts the second half. I see Caleb Martin going in. Struz and Jimians are sitting down from what I'm seeing right now. PJ Tucker is sitting down as well. So it's Bam, Oladipo, Martin. And I'm waiting for the other two to show up. Joel Embiid is also sitting, by the way. And I think I saw Duncan Robinson. Let me see if they open the camera a little bit. Yes, so it's Hero, Depot, Martin, Robinson. And they're playing defense, zone defense, I think. Yes, zone defense right now, 3-2. So here we go. Tyrese Maxey with the ball. Oladipo on him. Well, barely. Tyler Hero on Yang. Yang finds Tyrese Maxey. It's a long three. He misses. Rebound for Paul Reed. Another three. And that one's from Milton. And that's a three for the Sixers. The importance of getting those rebounds. Bam has to win this no Embiid minutes right now. Oh, they found Oladipo. They didn't want to take that three. Back to Martin. Martin to Hero. My internet froze. I don't know what happened. I think they missed it. I don't know. It just froze on me. Niang attacking the basket. That's a block by Bam Adebayo. It's 31-22. All right, let's see. Tyrese Maxey for Niang. Hero was late to coverage. He missed it. We're lucky. Rebound for Bam Adebayo. Going with the ball now. He finds Tyler Hero. Give it back to Bam. Oh, that's a alley and yoop. Slam Bam. Bam slam. However you like it. So it's 2 easy points for the Heat. Great. I love that play between Tyler and Bam. Niang with Duncan on him. Double team. He passes the ball, loses it, and that's an offensive foul. Milton gets called for that foul. So another turnover for the Sixers. That's been a theme also for the Sixers at FTX Arena in this series. 5 turnovers already. So they called a foul, not an out of bounds. It's a turnover. It's a foul, not a turnover, I guess. Because they called the foul there. So here we go. All right. Oladipo with the ball. By the way, Duncan Robinson is playing right now. Just in case. He hasn't touched the ball, but he's playing. Tyler Hero. Oh, that looked like a good time to hit Duncan. He tried to find Robinson, and that's a turnover. And now the Sixers missed an open three. Rebound for Victor Oladipo. All right, give the ball to Duncan. We want to see Duncan shooting. Duncan, come on, get out of that corner. Robinson gets the ball finally. He attacks the basket, and he got robbed, I guess, by Niang. He complains about a possible foul. Niang gets the ball back to Tobias Harris. Finds Tyrese Maxey from 3. He misses. They're missing open shots. They have the Miami Heat DCs there. Bam Adebayo attacking the basket, and that's a foul on George Niang. We like aggressive Bam. We like Bam aggressive. Let me see. Bam looked like he wants it tonight. NBA Addict. Bam said, Toma! Miami Heat win, please. King Papi. Evan Ross says, rebound and defend. Go getter. Butler made the last shot of the first quarter and they didn't give us 2 points for that bucket. No, the last shot from the first quarter was from Adebayo, actually, and he missed it. Jimmy actually missed a free throw before that play. How many threes does the Heat have? I think 5 right now. Let me see. 5 for 11 the last time I checked. They're 5 for 12 now. If Detman don't stop taking those dumb shots, wasting our possessions. Bam looking like he wants it. Bam, bam. Agree with Luis Manuel on Lowry. Leg injuries definitely affect timing of the team. I wish Bam played like this all the time. How did we lose last game again? Missing shots. Another great defensive play by the Heat. Here comes Bam Adebayo. Trying to find somebody. He spins around. Finds Oladipo. Oladipo to Caleb Martin. Martin attacking the basket. Martin gets 2 points. Caleb Martin, and that's a timeout for the Sixers. So Caleb Martin and Duncan Robinson getting minutes. Duncan still hasn't shot any, but the Heat are getting an advantage now, 36-22. The defense is fire, says our friend Luis Manuel. NBA Addict says floor opens for Bam and Hero when the floor is spread out with shooters on that pick and roll. Come on, Heat. Fácil. Let's finish. Let's go for 53 now. Duncan explosion is on the way. Hope. Well, hopefully this is the great moment to do so. So the Heat can get a little bit of a larger lead here to start the game. Greg is getting a little sexual now. All right, Jesus says, relax, guys. The Heat lost on purpose in Philly to give Kyle Lowry more time to recover. Well, I don't know. I mean, he would have more time anyway if he didn't play. All right. So far, it's 11 points for Butler, Strus, 5 for Tucker, 5 for Adebayo, who's getting his points now, and 2 points from Dwayne Dedmon, 2 points for Caleb Martin right now. Duncan Robinson so far, 2 minutes 51 seconds, 5 seconds more than our friend Caleb Martin, 2 minutes 46 seconds. Victor Oladipo also on 2 minutes and 51 seconds as well. He doesn't have any points yet. In fact, he hasn't even shot yet, like Duncan Robinson. So, but they're playing good defense right now. The Heat are playing on zone right now, by the way. If they swept, then Lowry won't have time to integrate. Duh, he says. Well, the thing is, he didn't integrate anyway, and they lost 2 games with him. So, I don't know if it worked or not, but I feel like it didn't. Let me see. All right. Okay, Sixers are a joke, says our friend Eddie Hung. I don't know, man. They looked way better when they were playing at home. They were hitting those shots. I mean, they're missing open shots tonight. That's the reality. The Heat is playing good basketball right now, but they are missing shots. Let me see. They are overall from the field tonight. They are 9 for 26 right now. Not good. The Heat is 15 for 29, 51%. You see the difference right there? And from 3, the Sixers are so far 3 for 11. The Heat is 5 for 12. A little difference there. So, and they're not getting those foul calls that they were getting in Philadelphia, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys see the same going on right now, but in Philly, they were getting those easy fouls, and I mean that it's hard, man. The Heat, I think that they were playing defense, decent defense, but then I don't know. Greg Netland says a 2-2 joke. It's better to face adversity in the conference semis so you can cope when they go deeper. Let me see. Are our shooters back on form? Looks like it. Go Heat. Well, right now it's just Strus, actually. He's made 3 out of the 5, so I would say Strus is back on form right now. We're still waiting for the rest. Okay, here we go. So it's the same 5 on the floor right now. Hero, Martin, Oladipo, Bam Adebayo, and Duncan Robinson. They're playing zone defense. Milton attacks the basket, and he gets 2 points. So right now, Milton is carrying the Sixers offense the last couple of minutes. Tyler Hero to Victor Oladipo. Ooh, it's a long pass on Caleb Martin. Open layup for Depot. No, he passed it to Bam Adebayo, and that looked like a foul. He almost dunked it. James Harden is complaining. That's all he does anyway. So here we go. Foul on James Harden, who goes to talk to Doc Rivers now. Let me see how we do this. So that way you're looking at me, and I can look at the game as well. Luis Manuel del Busto, I have a theory. I think Bam gets homesick when we play away. He looks fully with energy and aggressive. I mean, that's why the home advantage, it's a thing in sports. I mean, it's not only the fans, it's everything. It's your routine, man. I mean, I guess for the greatest in each sport, they just go out there and play, but I think most athletes feel better at home. Bam misses the second free throw, so it's 37-24 right now. La oración está funcionando. Harden foul. Yes, right now it's working. José, está funcionando esa oración que hicimos antes del juego. All right, here comes Milton. They miss it. Rebound. Oh, that's a great play by Paul Reed. Rebound and then putting it back in. Good play. Good play. Papi Junior said, let's go Heat. Cuba Libre says, dale papi de Los Angeles. Let's go Heat. Halfway through the second and only 24 points. Hilarious. Time to mute, guys. You can mute the TNT. I don't know if... How's the TNT broadcast so far? All right. They made the free throw. It's 37-27. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Alejandro's doing an amazing job. Thank you, Fernando. Yes, please hit the like button so more people get this broadcast. We're trying to continue to build this channel. Here comes Oladipo. He misses. That's a good shot, man. He was open. Too bad he missed that. It looked like an easy two for Oladipo. So 14 seconds for the Heat now. 7:50 left in the second quarter. Remember, at halftime, we're going to have pace and spaces. Our halftime show here. 4-3. Caleb Martin. He misses. So it's just been Max Strus for now. Foul on Duncan Robinson. That was one of the reasons people didn't want Duncan on the court. He barely touched Tyrese Maxey, but he's going to the line. He was in the shooting motion. So Maxey going to the line. Detman is going to go in. Butler is going to go in. Tyrese Maxey makes the first free throw. Niang is going out. The TNT broadcast is lame. Loving Alejandro in the community. Yeah, that's the idea, man. That's the idea. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as we are here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. We keep growing our audience, and we get to share with you guys some more moments. All right, Tyrese Maxey going for the second one. He makes it. So it's 37-29 right now. And here comes the Heat. Jimmy Butler back in the game. Spoelstra calls for a timeout. Let's see what happened there. Spoelstra not happy, I guess. So another timeout, and it's 37-29 for the Miami Heat. So let's review how things are going so far. 9 minutes for Tyler Hero, no points. For Tyler Hero, still struggling during this series. The same for Oladipo, no points as well. No points for Duncan Robinson, both Oladipo and Robinson, 4 minutes, 34 seconds. Caleb Martin did add a couple of points, one basket. The same for Dwayne Dedmon, 2 points. So right now the Sixers are actually scoring more off the bench with 8 points, 5 for Milton and 3 for Reed, than the Miami Heat, who only have 4 points coming off the bench. The difference right now, Jimmy Butler 11, Max Strus 11, PJ Tucker 5, Bam Adebayo 6. Those are the guys leading the Miami Heat so far. All right, let's see what's going on here. What are you guys saying in the chat? Let's check it. Thank you, Eddie. Greg Nelson said 305 love, TNT on mute. Mute TNT, yeah. I think the Duncan should foul for with purpose. He's gonna get called for it anyway. These touch fouls just make it possible for an and one. Yeah, I agree with it, Ronald. I mean, if you're gonna get called for a foul, might as well give it a good hit. Luis Manuel del Busto says, I'm so conflicted with other series. I want a revenge against the Bucks. after they embarrassed us last year, but we can run over the Celtics easy. I don't know if it's going to be easy for either or, man. Neither one of the teams is pretty good. The Celtics won their rematch from a couple of years ago, so that's going to be fun. Frank, what's up, man? How you doing? Welcome. Alejandro Q says, Tyler takes a while to get going. Yeah, but that's 9 minutes already. He's missed a couple of shots, and that's about it. No shots so far for Duncan Robinson. We're still waiting for that one. We're still waiting for Duncan Robinson to start shooting. I mean, he's there to shoot, so might as well. We'll lose the lead. Need to step it up. Yes, I think that's why Eric Spoelstra brought Jimmy Butler in to try to spark the team a little bit. They were falling in a pattern that was not working. A monster hit or nothing at all. Mubsy Gucci, welcome back, man. I think Spoelstra takes too long at times to bring Butler back in. Bucks versus Heat Eastern Finals guaranteed. All right, let's see what Brady and Ethan said. Remember, they are out there at FTX Arena tonight. So Embiid walks to the score table, so Butler walks to the score table. Here we go. It's gonna be like that. Spoelstra matching the Embiid bench minutes with the Butler bench minutes might alleviate the awful without Butler thing going on for games 3 and 4. We're back. DJ Khaled is in the audience. Caleb Martin needs a few minutes in every game. I'm reading 5 Reasons tweets right now. Caleb Martin is now also supposed goes 10 deep in. And Brady, let's see what Brady's saying. The Heat have to sustain the energy from early on. Jimmy being back in can help that. All right, Dwayne Dedmon is in. Jimmy Butler with the ball now. To Duncan Robinson. Back to Butler. Oladipo shooting a 3. And he makes it. 3-pointer for Victor Oladipo. It's Victor time. Here we go. 40-29. Tyrese Maxey for Milton. Milton attacking the basket. Rebound. He gets 2 shots at it. He doesn't make it. Rebound for Dwayne Dedmon. Duncan Robinson for 3. Oh, he missed it. The entire arena went on their feet, man. They're waiting for Duncan Robinson to hit a 3 right now to just go crazy on him. That's how special Heat fans are. James Harden with a great play. He gave it to Paul Reed. I'm trying to listen to what they're saying. So James Harden with a great play, and then the ball just got out of bounds. Paul Reed is out. And that was it for Duncan Robinson. He had his one shot. Didn't work. He's back to the bench. Well, at least he got the chance, man. Joel Embiid is back on. He gets fouled. But that's some MVP treatment right there. He's going to the line right away. Deepa. Duncan is honing in. Get ready. Free your 7. Eddie Hung says Sixers lack postseason experience. Ronald Fonte says Yard has been the most efficient player in the series with 8 points in 8 minutes. It's a run, boys. Not even close. Caleb is making a big difference. We're all waiting on Baby Blue, yo. Caleb brings energy and hustle. That's been on. Baby Blue not working. Okay, here we go. Victor Oladipo, Dwayne Dedmon, Tyler Hero, PJ Tucker, and Jimmy Butler now on the court. Jimmy Butler to Dedmon. He finds Depot now. Depot spins. Dedmon, the free throw line. Back to Depot. Depot goes around, attacks the basket. Oh, Dedmon tries to put in. Missed it. What happened there? The ball fell into Depot's hands. And that's Victor Oladipo time. Joel Embiid got hit. Something happened and I missed it. I think he took the ball from Embiid, and Embiid right now is holding his face. So it doesn't look good at all. And that's a technical foul on somebody from the Sixers bench. Doc Rivers gets called for a technical. I don't get replay, so if you guys watch the replay, let me know. I think it was... No, the one laying down is Embiid, and he is in real pain right now. Hopefully he's okay, man. Remember, he's playing with a fracture there, so... Uh-oh, let's go for 50 Heat. Jimmy Butler going for 50 points. I think Deadman got hit in the face. Duncan has to earn his way back in. Tech foul, yes. Joel is down. God bless him. Yeah, we'll see if he doesn't look very good, man. Let's go Heat chance. Let's see Embiid. Embiid now is complaining to the refs, saying he got hit in the face. I don't get the replay. So if you guys are watching TNT, this is the thing that they have over us. I don't get the replays now. What do you guys see in the replay? What happened exactly? He's playing with the silence of the Lamb's face mask. I see him on the bench right now. The doctor is coming in to check him out. It's not good. He got hit in the face. By who? Let me know. I can't see it, so... The ball hit Embiid in the face. Oh, okay. I see soft acting. Well, I don't know, man. He's really in pain right now. The doctor is checking him. And we'll see what happens. Tyler Hero goes to the free throw line. The ball hit him. And he barely makes it. That's why I was looking to the fast break, and then I looked back. And it was Victor Oladipo with the ball, and I thought the Sixers had it. Deadman hit the ball and hit Embiid in the face. Okay. Got it. All right, Embiid is fine. He's coming back to the game. It's 43-31 for the Miami Heat. And it's Sixers ball. Dude already had an orbital break. If he wasn't ready, then F him. Well. All right, here we go. Double team on Green. He gets out of it. The ball finds Harding now. Tyrese Maxey. And he loses the ball. Jimmy Butler with it. Jimmy Butler finds Tyler Hero, who attacks the basket. Nobody down there. He gets blocked by Danny Green. 43-31. Finally, Hero scores, he says. The Embiid injury is not a joke. The optical nervio is bones back. That's not a joke at all. In my opinion, I think it's scary with that kind of injury for Joel. You can lose your vision permanently. Yeah, and I think this goes beyond basketball right now. All right, let's go back to the action. I know we're worried about Joel Embiid, but the Miami Heat are in a run right now. Jimmy Butler gets another 2 and 1. He's going to go to the line. 45-31 so far for the Heat. Great defensive effort, by the way. The Miami Heat tonight. I know we're focused on the offense, but defense also doing a great job. Jimmy Butler makes the extra free throw, so it's 46-31 now. Full court press. They find Joel Embiid, who spins to his right and barely misses. The ball touched the rim a couple of times and got out. So, Heat ball again. Jimmy Butler. He's hot today. Hot hand Butler. They switch. They have Embiid on him. Back to Butler. He takes a 3. Short. Long rebound for Butler. He's in the paint now. Looking for options. Gets Oladipo. Hola, Victor. Victor Oladipo. 38-31 now. Tyrese Maxey Back to Embiid. They find Green in the corner, and that's a 3 for the Sixers. 48-34 right now. So Green trying to get the Sixers back in this game. Victor Oladipo now with the ball. 15 seconds. To his left. To his right. He's got 2 men on him. Back to Hero. Hero attacks the basket. Back to Dipo for 3. Misses. Rebound for PJ Tucker. 14 seconds. 12. He's in the corner dribbling it. 9 seconds. Tyler Hero. 7. 6. 5. 4. To his left. Then to Dipo. They take the ball. And this is why you have to finish. Fast break for the Sixers. You have to shoot those balls. The turnover turns into 2 easy points for the Sixers. 48-36. Here we go. Tyler Hero now. 4 minutes, 5 seconds left here in the second quarter. I'm sorry. At the end of the first half, we're going to have Pace and Spaces, the halftime show on Twitter, and we're going to have it live here. Victor Oladipo with James Harden on it. He steps back, gets a foul, almost the and one, so that's just a foul. James Harden doesn't think that's a foul. We have Bam Adebayo and Max Strus on the scorer's table waiting to get in. Doc Rivers is complaining about the call as well. Joel Embiid talking to Detman. Detman probably saying he's sorry, asking what's going on with his eye right now. As Victor Oladipo makes the first one. It's Max Strus going in for Hero and Bam Adebayo going in for Detman. So I think only 1 point for Hero. Let me see. I don't remember calling any other shots. Yes, just 1 point in 12 minutes for Tyler Hero. No points for Robinson. 2 for Martin, 2 for Detman. 8 for Victor Oladipo so far. So he's been the leader off the bench. Victor. It's Victor time. 50-36. With that point, make it 9 for Victor. All right. Embiid with Bam Adebayo on him. Pulls up. Misses. Rebound for Bam. Here comes Jimmy Butler. Butler uses Bam's screen. Fakes a 3. Finds Bam in. Bam attacks the basket and he gets fouled by Tobias Harris, I think. Let me see. Yeah, number 12, Tobias Harris gets a foul call. So it's 50-36, and the Miami Heat are going to have 2 free throws with Bam Adebayo on the free throw line right now. All right. Oh, he misses. All right, let me see. Let's read some messages here. Well, you guys got excited. Okay, let me see. Final Hero scores the ball. In my opinion, I think it's scary, that injury. Yes. Tyler's back. Great Depot find. Called it. It's a run. I love Miami. Papi Ginger. What a pass. Vamos, Depot. Hola, Depot. What a great story for Depot, too. Heat check. Hola, Depot. Alejandro, you're doing a great job. Thank you, man. Gracias. Man, PJ was wide open on that turnover. James Harden with the ball now. 51-36. Corner 3. They miss it. Rebound for Bam. Bam's having a good game on the boards. Bam back to Butler. Butler switches. They get PJ Tucker in the corner, and that's another 3 for PJ Tucker. 54-36. The Heat. Oh my God. Joel Embiid trying to find Tyrese Maxey. Maxey was looking, well, not even looking, running somewhere else. And that was it. And the Heat almost did the same with Bam Adebayo and Oladipo. Oladipo. Here comes. He has Tobias Harris on him. Ball back to Danny Green. Back to Butler, who has Danny Green on him. I think that was a travel. Yeah, that was a travel on Jimmy Butler. Too bad because he then made the 2 right after that play. All right. Basura. Yeah, it's like a 5-point swing right now. Or 4. Let's go 53 Heat. 9, I'm ahead. Danny Green is playing like he did when he was with the Spurs. Bam can do no wrong. Danny Green, another 3, so it's 56, 54, 39, I'm sorry. You guys are way ahead today, man. Wait for me. All right, here comes Victor Oladipo. Dipo to his left. Back for PJ Tucker. Back to his right. Oladipo for 2. He makes it. Victor Oladipo. How are you? Victor time. Let's go Sixers. Our friend Lando. Lando, you're welcome to the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. Ronald Fonte says PJ. And then James Harden hits a step back 3. So it's 56-42. Home Depot. That's funny, Ronald. Good one. Oh, man, they missed it. I missed the play because I was laughing at the Home Depot joke. All right. 56-42. 1 minute, 22 seconds. You have to finish strong this first half. Harden with another step back 3. He misses. Rebound for Bam. To Max Strus. To Oladipo. Oh, to Bam. Now to Max Strus. They're all bunched together. Max Strus to Bam. Oladipo. What happened there? That's a turnover. I feel like the handoff works better with Duncan Robinson than it does with Max Strus, but I don't have the numbers to back that up. It's just an eye analysis from what I see. Oladipo. 56-42, 45 seconds left here in the first half. Remember, as soon as the second quarter is over, we have the halftime show brought to you guys by our friends of Pace and Spaces. Ooh, that was a foul on Maxi. And he got hit hard, but I don't know by who. Let me see. Oladipo or Butler? Yeah, I think it's on Butler. So it's 36 seconds left. Let's see if the Heat goes for the 2-for-1. Greg Natlin says, agreed, Baby Blue comes off it more confidently. He's talking about Duncan Robinson. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he tried to do it there with Oladipo and Max Strus, but they were all like bunched together, so it didn't quite work. All right, Danny Green sits out for the last couple of possessions. Woohoo! Sorry. Maxi hit the Jimmy wall. Yeah, I guess. But he makes the 2 free throws, so he's fine. 36 seconds to finish the first half. All right, here we go. Oladipo. Here comes Depot. To Bam Adebayo, 13 seconds. They didn't go for the 2-for-1. Bam attacks and shoots. He misses. 19 seconds left, so that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. They didn't want to rush it. They didn't go for the 2-for-1. They're going to just win this first half by how many points? Let's see. Tobias Harris for 3. He misses. Rebound for Jimmy Butler. 1 second. He shoots it. Not even close. And that's it for the first half. The Miami Heat winning 56-44. And let's wait for the guys on Pace and Spaces to do their halftime show. But right now, let's go back to the numbers. Let's see who's leading who right now. The Miami Heat is being led by Jimmy Butler, 14 points. He started like he was going to score 20 points in the first half. He just finished with 14 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. PJ Tucker, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists. Max Strus, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. The Heat, I think they're winning the rebound battle. Let me check that real quick. 25 rebounds, and the Sixers, 19 rebounds. Yes, they're winning the rebound battle right now. Gabe Vincent, no points, 1 rebound, 1 assist so far. 1 point only for Tyler Hero. 1 assist. He was 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 1 for 3. Victor Oladipo. Victor time. Oladipo. 11 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal. Dwayne Dedmon, 2 points, 4 rebounds. Caleb Martin, 2 points. Duncan Robinson played 5 minutes, 23 seconds. At least he played. And it was no points. He missed his only shot there in the first half. Is Hero playing? Yes, he is. Oladipo is turnover prone? Yes. Great half. Perfect. Is okay, Bam. Keeping going at Embiid. Yes, I like it. I like that aggressive version of Bam Adebayo. All right, guys. We're going to be back with more, but for now, let's listen to our friends on Pace and Spaces. Here in a second. Here we go. Wait for it. And we got it going.
Just request to get on the mic. Games like this, we have a lot of people, so if we don't get to you, no hard feelings, but we'll try to get to everybody. So, Tony, what did you see in that first half?
Yeah, and I'll keep it brief, too, because I missed a good chunk of the first quarter, but Philadelphia just continues to be unable to stop Jimmy Butler. Is one of the strongest fours in the league and threes, and showing you constantly what he can do. He can create offense singularly by himself like he did in Game 4. But unlike Game 4, today, when Jimmy's able to create an advantage and he kicks it to an open shooter, those shooters and those cutters are finding the net. And then that's a beautiful thing, man. It's almost like a relief, like a monkey being lifted off your back, watching those first couple threes fall through the net. Max was able to come out and really supply a spark. PJ going 2 or 3 right now from the corner, accounting for all of our corner buckets. Generating a good corner 3 in rhythm of the offense is something that this team could almost stamp as their trademark, as something that they did routinely. And we haven't been able to find that flow. We haven't been able to find the offensive rhythm to create leverage that hard to the rim to make a good open 3 look from the corner. But we are tonight. There's so many things that I see out there that look extremely repeatable. Defensively, just continuing to throw different looks at them, I feel like is always the best option when you're playing against superstars. Not getting stuck in the one style of defense, just continuing to have things flow and adjust as you need to on the fly, which something is Spo's excellent at. Tonight feels like a great game of playoff basketball. You said we got 24 minutes. Yeah, you're fucking right. We do. We got 24 more minutes of intense, hard-fought basketball. Neither one of these teams is going to be stepping down. The team that wins Game 5 wins the series 82% of the time. So this is serious, and both squads know this, and we're gearing up for a real fucking slugfest tonight.
Yeah, they don't give you a half game if you win at halftime, so you got to make sure you close this one out. Before I send it over to my guy, Brian, just make sure if you guys are in here, make sure you share it. Click on that share button up the top. Click on the plus sign at the bottom. Make sure more people get in here. Trying to get as many people in here as possible in Heat Nation. Brian, what'd you see in that first half?
Still a lot of threes, and probably more than I would have liked, but they are getting good looks, so that's a plus. And they're actually cashing in on more of those this time, which is something that they weren't doing on the road. I'm a little surprised that Joel Embiid was continuing to play, because this motherfucker looks like he's really struggling out there in terms of just they're having these close-ups on him. He looks like he's struggling with the light again. I don't really know if he should be out there necessarily, especially since it looks like they're going to lose this game anyway. But on the Heat side, how can you not like what Jimmy Butler's doing? I still think that, you want to see more offensively out of, and Bam's attacking. He only has 5 field goal attempts, but we should also look at free throw attempts, and he has the most on the team by far. He has 6 right now. I'm actually surprised Jimmy Butler only got to the line once and shot 2 free throws. Bam has to make those free throws, though. He's missed half of them. That's something that he needs to cash in on, and I would like to see him get a little bit more active offensively down the stretch. And then Tyler Hero, who he still hasn't really gotten comfortable yet. And I've been waiting basically for this entire series really since Game 3, actually. When is he going to explode offensively? We have not gotten that yet. I still think it's going to come at some point. But Victor Oladipo kind of replaced him down the stretch in the second quarter, had his moments. He has 11 so far. I still think we need to see more from Tyler Hero, though, at some point.
Yeah, just in the moments that I watched, I was very surprised looking at the box score, seeing Tyler's numbers, and he can change that in a heartbeat. He's that type of ignitable player. But Oladipo looks good, getting in the mid range, making shots, making pretty good decisions. He had a couple turnovers there I didn't like, making kind of late decisions. But Joy also runs some spaces, so make sure you follow her if you don't already. Joy, what did you see in that first half?
One thing I will say is that I'm very, very relieved that, they're shooting better at home, because I told everybody that they were, so I'm glad I was right so far. But yeah, I'm very, very pleased with the way they're shooting from three. PJ looks more comfortable. Max looks more comfortable. Jimmy's even got a few up. So I'm very, very happy about that. I feel like the defense is solid. I feel like the ball movement solid. I wasn't happy with the way they closed out the half with those last few turnovers because they really could have been up by like 20 points had they not turn the ball so much. But I'm happy. It comes with it. It's part of basketball. So if they can come out at a halftime like strong and have like a good first 10 minutes of the second half, I think they'll win the game easily. But they have to make sure they stay disciplined because I know we all know that when Miami gets the lead, they get comfortable. And we have to make sure they don't blow the lead when they. So I just want them to be disciplined, play smart, sustain the lead when they sustain that 15, 20 point lead when they get it, and they'll win tonight. So, but I'm very, very pleased. I'll say that.
Around here, Joey, we like to say we want them to call the first timeout. Make Doc Rivers get off the bench again, run out to half court, call that first timeout. Tony, before I go to Ricky J. Mark, Tony, what'd you want?
Yeah, something really quick. Brian brought up about, what's happening with Joel and the mask. And it's not just that either. That UCL is clearly still bothering him. Every shot that he gets up, the ball is kind of flat and it doesn't have any rotation on it. And I'm not sure if he's able to really get his wrist involved in the motion of shooting. So I think for Joel tonight, it's going to have to be around the rim if he's going to create opportunities. And to Brian's point, it's almost like he should be out there, one of those questions.
Ricky, what you got?
Whoever wins this game tonight is going to win this series. I'll just start by saying that. This is game 7. This isn't game 5. Game 6 is a few days away, whatever. I'm not thinking about it, but whoever wins tonight wins this series. Miami's dealing with a wounded dog right now. And if they don't, or if they play with their food, it's going to be trouble. Joel Embiid is wobbling right now. It's like, for those of you that remember playing Mortal Kombat when you were younger, there usually is a sign on the screen that says finish him. Miami needs to finish this in the second half. I know Tyler Hero has struggled and he hasn't found his rhythm just yet. But the reality is right now, this Heat team needs to finish the Sixers team off tonight in the next 24 minutes because Joel Embiid is not going to be who he is, even with the adrenaline pushing him potentially through the second half. They need to finish this. Bam needs to be more aggressive. Send that guy to the bench where he's by that guy, I mean Joel Embiid, send him to the bench where he belongs. Bam needs to take over. Jimmy needs to keep doing what he's doing. Vic needs to keep doing what they're doing, of what he's doing. And at this point, it's just a matter of closing the deal. Don't play with your food. Finish this off. Go back to Philly, end this series. Because if you let this team linger around even longer, you don't want to roll the dice on a game 7. I know a lot of us feel very confident about this Heat team, but NBA history has not been kind to cocky teams heading into a game 7. Let's finish this off, and we can.
Yeah, Ricky, I agree. I'm looking for a fatality in the second half. Maybe PJ Tucker punching into Harden's chest, ripping his heart out, and throwing it into the 300 level. That would be a good fatality. That's what I'm talking about. Check that that'll be on the post-game show tonight with Royal and those guys. They'll have that live. Ray, my guy, make sure you get a piss on that shit sometime in this comment. Go ahead, Ray.
I mean, I'll be real with you. I don't know how you follow Ricky up with what he just hit us with, but no, honestly, man, I'm be real with you. I was really impressed how we came out and how we started. It almost looked like we were playing faster, which without Kyle, it was kind of weird to see. But I mean, at the same time, the energy was high. They were rotating well. They were getting to their spots. And I said this, shout out to the pool party, and I tweeted it too, but it's almost like in the year 2022 that NBA teams need to hit threes to win games. You see what happens when the Heat, who were the number 4 3-point shooting team in the NBA and the number 1 defending 3-point shooting team in the NBA, you see what happens when they actually play the way that they're supposed to, and there's not a giant 2x4 over the top of the rim. So I kind of agree with what everyone said. I don't agree. Put your fucking foot on their damn neck. Piss on that shit. Piss on that goddamn shit, Chong. Put your foot on their fucking neck. Send him fucking home. Let's go back to Philadelphia and let's get the fuck back here because I'm done with this fucking shit. I'm done coming into spaces and listening to the fucking Sixers fans run their fuck mouth. I'm done listening to fucking stupid shit about Embiid this and Harden's back and Doc Rivers is out coaching Eric Spoelstra. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, for God's sake, have some pride. Like, be a normal human being. And if you're so ignorant that that's what you think, go to therapy. Get some help. I'm tired of this. In this fucking shit, just like Ricky said, Heat and 6. Let's go the hell fucking home, boys. And give me my money. Go Heat.
All right, Luke, the therapy that we need. Go for it, Luke.
Yeah, listen, unlike most team fans, I'm happy that Embiid is back on the floor after that tough fall. Same with Maxey. You know, if you're going to be the best team in the NBA, you better be able to beat everyone. Same way that if you're going to be the best coach in the NBA, you better be able to win a game with any kind of player, even undrafted players. And if you're going to be the best defender in the NBA, you got to be able to guard everyone, all 5 positions. That's a little stuff. But with regards to this game, we're living or dying by the 3, and right now we're living. That's all right. But I'm just happy to see some confidence out of Tyler and out of Bam. That's something that we've been missing for a little bit throughout the playoffs. I don't know if there's a way to stop what Harden is doing, but that point of attack defense has been doing all it can, and I'd like to see maybe if we can, Spo can change something up there. The other thing is with Embiid, clearly he's not able to shoot that well. That's why he's been taking the mask off every time he's taking free throws. So clearly his best asset right now is drawing fouls and scoring around the paint. So Bam's got to be able to lock up on that, avoid fouling him for multiple reasons. But that's the best way to stop him right now is just letting him take those shots. And lastly, with that zone defense, if we're going to sink into that zone, we need to watch those corners. That's a weakness. And if we keep letting Danny Green and Tobias Harris and whatever his name is getting to those corners and get wide open, that's how we're going to lose this game. So we got to hold on and let's go Heat.
I thought you were going to go with the hold on to the rope like Spo right there. Chaz, go ahead.
That too.
Yeah, my thoughts are this has been a really good game. It's been really interesting because it's a lot better without Kyle Lowry, which is, really hard to say because he makes us a better team, but it just really proves that he has been really hurt game 3 and game 4, and I wonder, maybe if he didn't play on that hurt hamstring, potentially maybe we would have won one of those games in Philadelphia and we could have closed it out in game 5. But that's all. Fuck the Sixers, go Heat.
Appreciate that, Gad, and then we'll go and close it out with Zach. Gad, go ahead.
Man, this has been so fun to watch. Jimmy Butler just stomp on everybody who was shitting on him throughout the entire season, myself included. Like, I have my fair share of slander out there. But, Jimmy's been unbelievable. Watching him play, this is a masterpiece from him throughout this entire series. And shout out Spo, man. Like, they are frustrating the hell out of the Sixers to the point where they don't know what they're running offensively half the time. He's throwing out half-court traps, like full-court ball pressure, man-to-man. They're switching everything, like rotating like crazy off ball. Just loving what I'm seeing, man. Like, this is a really fun half to watch. It didn't end perfectly, but, like, fucking, you told me we were going to be up 12. I'd be really happy. I am really happy right now. And we still didn't play a perfect half. So just, like we always say, force them to take that first time out, man. Let's blow this shit out of the water.
And just like we always say, call that first time out, we always close out with Zach. So, Zach, send us into the second half. Make sure you guys check out the post-game show. I will be on with Greg on 5 on the Floor. I think Ethan and Alex might be with us. I know Ethan is. So make sure you check out that 5 Reasons content after the game, after we get this dub. Zach, close us out.
Man, I'm just here to push that Miami hate agenda. You can see it's over. And all these hate fans and that, don't get finessed by this man. Everyone said before the game they tested his mask with a hammer and a little bit of ball hit him in the face and he's on the ground crying. Just a ploy to give his little fat 2-man a bit of rest time, all right? You could see it. Hands were on the knees. Harden been in that strip club too long last night. He needed some minutes. Don't let him finesse you. That's why he didn't get the MVP. He's a weak-ass bitch, same as Joker. He doesn't deserve nothing. He's a bitch. Let's go, Heat. All day, every day, baby. Done. It's over. Let's go.
I love you, man.
Yeah, man. Zach, you never disappoint. All right, guys, second half is starting. Let's get that first time out of Doc Rivers. Check out the post-game show with Royal and the boys on YouTube, and we'll have 5 on the floor later tonight. Thanks, guys. Go eat.
Ya te